Tina me main to Juma dear Sunio. And then we are Tina say, your Baba Bedi, come my Baba Chagana, man, your son, some good way, so. Ghana. Omo Endro bi ato say araba bazen obenya bi ato. Mr. K obenya bi ato be me be distress o. Ebema obema ma idu. Eh. Eche se ebema wan kasa wa jana iso. Many aba a obosom ya so bomade se obenya Kulu Ghana fo. Omo Endro bi na wanonom because no na eboa ema ofulu na koyie papa oba obetwe no ya se ya o ya candidate say how oba eche se awo mu nsema ye dene. Edro ba ko pe na ohia araba bazen ye fe no araba bazen bomodin se obenya araba bazen bi obe no no media mame na etime siesie na ma bibia etime akoyie sara nso ena wubu nsa enkoyie araba bazen na be ma de ya ye de eye Mr. Kill Mr. Kill bese ya de sen Mr. Kill ebeboa premature ejaculation ebe ye free ho Mr. Kill ebeboa Emma wagina won nice so be be distress o. Mo se me na to be a stress na na high. Stress set it pa. Mr. Kill be distress o. 10 tablets wo ho. High blood pressure. 10 tablets. Ebema high blood pressure no. Etu atwa. Ebeba form. Onchon capsules. Ojo nso a na ojo nso na bonta. Ojo nso a na obema mu ya wo ya. Uhia eye honchon capsules. Kulu Ghana for na di nro ye dia ba adwaman so. Obetima for 024-413-9176. 024-413-9176 and 020-413-9176. 020-413-9176. Ehona obefre na no madi nkomo. All the leading pharmaceutical shops so kwa benya enupay ebiato. And 027-413-9176. 027-413-9176. Woni Kulu Ghana fonkasa. Kulu Ghana. Bomu yoburita. Kulu Ghana. Bomu jomana so pampen. Kulu Ghana. Indupa ebeboa na ama nso bibia etimi akoye kama ewo widiem. Me kanfu Kulu Ghana edi amam. Anawie ensam ne bu ba kwa ye bisande se Free Senior High School embra no ayade a empanyufo ayenhyehyɛ a wɔmode kɔ Ghana mrɛhye bedwafie ebe se emfaso ni so ebi nso se emfaso wɔ so eti Free Senior High School ayade a ɛho mmra se yɛde kɔto Ghana mrɛhye bedwafie na etimi aboa na abɔ ho ban epacho emfaso wɔ so ana emfaso ni so. There is this story we know the ranking member on education. Your friend Peter Nochu Kuto. Or say Free Senior High School Mrana Parliament of Azuniso. It was a ranking member on education committee in Parliament. Honorable Peter Nochu Kuto has called government's plan to introduce a bill on free SHS needless. Nothing that can request for an official policy paper on free SHS have been made to both the current and previous education ministers for the past 7 to 8 years. Nochukito questioned the necessity of a law to govern or solidify the free SHS system. But majority leader Avenue Markin contended that passing the Free SHS Act will make the program legitimate right rather than just an ideal, enabling people to take legal action if it is not carried out. Nochukito, however, cited Act 25(1)(b) of the Constitution that it a brand on central focus. And now, sadly, Yene Honorable Clement Apak Busa South, Deputy Ranking, Education Select Committee, Ghana Mrɛhye Bedwafie, yɛne no ɛni nkɔmmɔ mfa ɛyɛ sɛnsɛm. Honorable Clement Apak yɛ mo aha.
Menua mɛgye so mekyia wo no apamfoɔ ɛne atiefo nyinaa.
Atiefo ne mapamfo nyinaa ɛda ase na mpo mu te sɛn.
Onyame do me ho yɛ.
Na parliament nso se sɛn.
Parliament ɛyɛ okay. So far, so good.
Yɛda Nyankopɔn ase. Emra aban ayɛ ɛde ba bɛto mo amanim sɛ mobɛhwɛ no magye atom no yɛtumi anya mmara ɛtae free SHS ne nkɔnkɔba sɛ daakye bi ebia na obi aba na putupuru mu wayi afiri hɔ no. Emra no mo na makenkan mu ɛdeɛ na ɛwom na sɛn na ɛteɛ.
You me that say. The edikan yate sɛ aban se wɔde a home bill ɛbɛbrɛ wɔ parliament. But sisi a me ne wo kɛsɛ yi no, saa bill no ɛnyɛ mbɛduyɛ. Ɛti mehuuyɛ as a member of parliament. Ɛna mehuuyɛ nso as a deputy ranking member on the education committee. Omo de ba ye nyina ye behwe de wom. But make me access sidua. So young NDC as a party. Ye a flag bearer, John Amane Mama. And then running mate, Professor Jane Nana Opoko AGYEMAN. Esa sɛ yaka na jo mama nso aka sɛ free school policy no ɛyɛ papa na deɛ atɔkyema ne sɛ sɛdeɛ yɛ implement policy no ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ na yɛdi ho dwuma sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a mfasoɔ a yɛnyɛ free hɔ no yɛnyɛ free policy no mu no ɛbɛdɔɔso asen deɛ yɛnyɛ no sesei ɛne bi ne sɛ nkwara no academic calendar wɔn bɛkɔ school na wɔn akɔda bɛyɛ bosome mmienu na wɔn abɛfie ɛda wɔn bɛsan akɔ school na ayɛ asɛm wɔn aduane na wɔn adidiem sɛdeɛ bi aduane no nkɔ na asa ebi wɔ hɔ a nkwara no tumi di koko saa 3 times a day ne n'asefoɔ esan so nim sɛ beebi a wɔn bɛda esan sɛ nkwara no adɔɔso no nti no academic and residential infrastructure accommodation and so we know the implementation challenges and those are the areas that we have always been raising, not the policy. And within that context, we cannot be opposed and therefore are not opposed to a proposed bill in principle to do with the free senior high school. Maybe we can oppose it. Because we have even said that Senyamia Adumna said, Yet to me, Sir Yemeshe or Minuswa. Challenges here, Ubia Esu. I have one Bangkok, Sir Onshanon Swanua. Won't you know? Any stakeholders in everything could ya. Now you are taught to agree. Now you addresses those challenges to make the policy even serve Ghana better. We are not opposed to a proposed free senior high school bill because we have said that free senior high school will thrive and blossom and be better under John Dramani Mama.
And then a bema will rank like I say, way a needless.
Oh, so our China again. He's expressing his opinion. Saying something is needless does not mean you are opposed to it. They are not the same. Saying something is unnecessary doesn't mean you are not opposed to it. Yes, that from your perspective, no. Who say who here? But so this on the bar. You can't be opposed to it because you are not opposed to the policy. You can't be opposed to a bill that is seeking to make the policy binding.
Okay, so do we need emra? Ye hiya say ye benya emra. Ebe timi abo eye free SHS program in Hobayana.
Yamra Sanka Abam for Encasomo de Mreba. It is Ghana. Seria Tiano. Aye, Omwa Bemo. In a bit me at the Emra. Samrano. Sika anasa Ghana for a Japadia. It was a Yedidi Hujuma. And if the government and the executive has decided that at this point in time, when they are necessary, we cannot say no because we agree with the policy. Until we can be opposed to a law to secure the future of the policy. Because there is no guarantee. Sir, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be president. What mean that I know and can say be free senior school. Because we've seen this government, the Omuka in opposition, and the Omoye. We have no reason to oppose it. And we are saying so because of our position. What do you mean, Kasa? Uba Ubeshamokina. Akura Huna, Niamarket and Ketia. The Wahia was the Sosomna program, no Egina Pintino. Over yet. Now, once I saw Kasa, a home radio, Unjintum. You can't do that.
Okay, na ye can John Dramani Mahama said there will be stakeholder consultations or be review na implementation processes no etime akoye. But na ye ni pa bia dwemo kesere ne say sa review no ene ye nim say mo hyehyɛ mo committees no me ade amumu bi mo be some of the committees no so a we put together manifesto the abetu yenim. A review send the saying review so be obetu ya. Ana review say kwadadodo e say ebia owofo ba akopɛ wo ma ebe cover. Ana say sign etie.
You me that say. Obi biara oti review ase. Review no say the policy aba now implemented. Now, Nyoma Ethiopia Mwaba was a yetumi Eshana Yasano. Anti Nukremu dear policy bia Abambia de Bebano. And I say NGO, BBBR, even one company. I was at Brano. Mutumi Konya as stakeholders. Now I'm sure policy no. Policy objectives are not a war. My dream one team with the policy no. To see if the policy objectives are being met. And if there are challenges with the implementation, all those who come up during the review conversation and answer dialogue, now they are more solutions. And that is exactly what NDC and John Mama said. For example, one of the areas would be the implementation of the policy. In the area of feeding. What we get to sa eba korano edije mu a aya na ayasam go why do no enso won ebi o de ebe konso no quality no aye poor ebi o na omode ade krona ede akopi school no so ndu beti ana enkwara ne bi kura Aqua demonstration said they are eating rice-based meals too much. Maybe a 1 week. Maybe the is rice-based. Maybe it's corn-based and that's for. This is a challenge. And the organization like CHAS, any other stakeholders have suggested, and Yensun Yaka, so we need to decentralize the food distributory system. Instead of the current arrangement now, you have the contracts, Emma buffer stock, Emma suppliers, you know. I don't know, Nayama feeding grant, you know, encore to the heads of the institutions in the secondary schools. No, Mona, one more suppliers. No school, no headmaster, Beza, that is our master, matron, that is our prophet. One menu. And based on that, they should identify their own suppliers and procure their food. That is an idea that we have proposed, which has also been supported by Charting as before. We think that to reduce the pressure on the secondary schools, in light of the inadequate academic and residential infrastructure, we should bring on board the private schools to participate in the delivery of the program. We also believe very strongly that we need to complete uncompleted structures now and who are various campuses, Now, Yamfa Bikura and Kamu, so that we can address the infrastructure challenges. Another one that we have considered and we think is a good idea is to reinstate PTAs to their former position. Obian in parent teacher associations, over the years, since time immemorial, Wama play a very important roles in enhancing education service delivery at every level, including secondary schools. But this is a policy, the way it is currently structured, has relegated them to the background. And we think that is an issue that ought to be addressed. So we have our own ideas about what needs to be done. But in the wisdom of John Ramani Mamano, on say, program no, policy no, Ghana for policy. Sika, and I implementing policy no. And the Onomba, he is going to hold a national stakeholders forum in the first 100 days to bring all stakeholders, including journalists, teachers, teacher unions, church, house chiefs, you name it. Because in idea, I am taught to agree. Because agree any about Kufotrim. The member boys you mean say also you know at last as a journalist. You may also have some good ideas about what needs to be done. So it is what is going to come out of this stakeholders forum, no? You have to ever the ideas that we also have, we would also table them. That is what is going to constitute the basis for the review. So when we say we are going to review it clearly means that for our monso name day, musika na idea program no. In our program say the could do. The attachment was a crack. You was a decahon. Now ya day no you must say the program no ever so for so and for so esui. So that is our position.
Kwan benso na be fa so ne yede ankrankрафo yi about be parts of the free SHS.
Hello?
Yeah, honorable Patrol.
Was it private schools,
Yeah, private schools na some na make.
It is an idea But I can tell you how it will work. John Ramane Mama, Yami Aduma, Obabe president. As I said, Ubi Animse, Ebeba so, and I say, Ewojidi say, Ebet me Abomununtino. All stakeholders, and those stakeholders include the National Association of Private Schools. And in those conversations, Mikai Pase, before the 2020 election, in one of the interactions that I was a part of, Womoka said they are willing to deliver the service at the same cost as we are paying the public secondary schools to deliver the service. Because as of now, are buying a specific amount per child per year. So you see, I buy a canafa in terms of examination fee, residential fee, entertainment fee in ASIFO. So the private schools have indicated that whatever rate or whatever amount government is spending per child per year, they are also willing to take the same amount and to offer the service to them. And it is something that is doable. And if at the stakeholder forum, all the ideas that we also have in mind, they are acceptable, then we'll go ahead and give them effect. Here.
And for pressure, and bambe to my coffee. So already, now we'll catch challenges a womb. Enti se ye be roli on ye ankranko for private schools ya. Emma pressure emma challenges no additional challenges embe kanda than one.
Actually, it is going to help address the issue of overcrowding and inadequate space. Because let's take it that a particular secondary school, there were 2,000 students. But originally, the anticipated number of students for that secondary school was 1,000, and it is happening. We know schools that, not schools, students, 500, up to 1,500. The implication of this idea is that rather than that school taking 2,000, which is putting too much pressure on limited facilities, some of those students can be admitted to a private school at the same rate in the pocket of government. The government has nothing to lose. Government is not going to go and look for students to take to private schools. It is the same students who are supposed to benefit from the policy, who are benefiting from the policy, but in a context that is generating challenges, who would then be skinned off to the private schools. It is not going to put any additional burden on government coffers because Abayaka said it is free. And we know the aggregate cutoff from BECE. So ideally, it shouldn't be an additional burden. Except, of course, yes, Abayaka said, and you'll be there where we get chest now pass it. And was enjoy free senior high school. Because private school no, and that's a private school no. So almost all my Ghana for me, so almost all my for me to tax.
But honorable, Adama woman says still, your penny feasibility no. The woman is a bind ye Ukraino, And the pressure about beto awofo no benum so say one mo to no ama rough. And I'm so ma aban synchronize eye prospectus no. Say enkokoba say bruma na 300 students will be at the broom ba. Ebia your friends say mob buckets. Na 300 students will be at the ba, but rather no one more eye system we refer the money. One more synchronize the system in a sense be 100 at the mob bucket beba 50 at the brooms beba no many idea. Graph way woman a tree or my church for worker. Ain't yanko basa one mono abanesan one more the amemene fit at the beji abind the ana to moon. Then so banuko rahwa be a non normal good one message waka hono because and also the additional pressure about the Thomas so a benny more I won't for the
to again. Say, oh man, it's a yen idea home, yen a mine.
And I say you to me forecast you because
no, but the thing is that they have agreed to do it, so we have to give them benefit of the doubt. Is the point I'm making? Why are we jumping the gun to create doubt? They have said that this is acceptable to them.
But and yet doubts, but anticipated more or less heavy challenges are. Be able to
have an agreement with an entity and then along the line just change it like that. And to me, man, there would be agreements to be signed. It is going to be a formal engagement. So they can't just wake up on their whim and decide to change it. But let me tell you something. The only kind schools need be charge, then as if for brooms, cement, and detergents, and as if for. One of the reasons why that is happening is because government is failing to meet its obligations. Sika yet twice was saying program no. Abaya man consider was a siko. It is the money that should be going to the schools for janitorial services. In terms of cleaning bathrooms, toilets, and as if and that is why the schools headmasters are finding ingenious ways to do what they are doing. And even what you are talking about is part of the implementation challenges that we are going to be addressing. Abana say as part of this, Wafa ID card fee, Wafa or the same mock examination fees in ASIFO. But we know that they are not remitting. ICT fees, they are not remitting. And because government is failing to meet its obligations, some of the headmasters are finding very creative ways to get parents and old boys and girls to move in because government is failing to do its part. That is why they were doing all those kinds of things that they were doing. Then they cover streamlined prospectus, So that is in itself is an example of why there's a need to take another look of the way the program is being implemented.
No can headmasters, headmistresses, say and Nyaneno Kranaka, one more Bepom suppliers. Na ye jandia shomus, I said, ya woman can. Yenim say abino sono, the reason ti almost centralize in Nyanene say distribute to schools in mono. And they say, Ayana sometimes, one more to me form a syndicate. Na Sebi, one more bokrono, ewe and Nyanene, there's some of the students in the grano, one more farm ma. If we are to reverse, you better reverse situation, in the sense that you be jama on one bepom suppliers, dining hall prefect, my dining hall prefect painting, I am in no room. Na matron headmaster, one bepom suppliers. I don't know, a basic then you monitor, say, one with the transparency, by your Juma be better of fine.
I really say if you are mensa. And now we know say even today, say is it not happening?
It's happening yet, but they be on limited grounds.
You have been a dining hall prophet before. I was also on a dining hall committee.
Okay.
I can tell you that in the whole arrangement, you had these kinds of things sparingly. It is not the norm. When you compare that to the current situation, some unscrupulous buffer stock food suppliers. You make us an uncommon school, 80 bags of rice. Now, the 40 bags of rice are called. We know this. I have records. We speak to the headmasters, and yet the headmasters cannot complain because they are party people. We know situations where some of the suppliers, so you mean you look for the PIAC monitoring report of the free senior school policy implementation, 2018-2019. It is captured there, where suppliers have supplied schools with unwholesome food, flour with weevils, beans with weevils. And it is not that the current arrangement has brought any magnificent changes to the feeding arrangement of the students. It is actually negative. So bisa awufo na ombeka chiro. So bisa old boys and girls na ombeka chiro. The challenges to do with Ambrane DDM today, compared to Abraham, we are Daniel prophet, and then time I made Daniel prophet, it's like night and day. And the one I appreciate the point that these things do happen, I am very certain in my mind that the previous arrangement is much better than the current arrangement. There is no need to say you make a middleman. Buffer stock is playing the role of a middleman. That is in itself an additional cost to the state and to government. So let's deal directly with the schools. And we know that the schools still receive the 30% for perishables. Say tomatoes, and
yeah.
It is only 70% for the non-perishables that they don't receive. And we've never had any complaints about the perishables. So, on a scale, Mejidi said we will be better off doing what Charles, Nagrat, any all stakeholders in the educational sector have said that it is a better option. That is to go back to the old arrangement.
Now, buffer stock is one aduane say you watching ya gede and be hwe. Eti
mo buffer stock
was it I just what dey count. Yeah, buffer stock.
The buffer stock the buffer stock that I know is not playing the role that it was established by Nkrumah to play. As far as the secondary schools are concerned, buffer stock is only playing a middleman role. The AGYEMAN say suppliers. Now I'm on contracts. So go and supply this food item to this school. We supply area. Then you bring us, we will receive the way bill from the school. Then I say we'll do our checks and then we'll pay you. Baba stock on our nishi, our warehouse. Our buffer stock has nothing stored anywhere to intervene in terms of an increase in food prices. And this look at the cost of food in our markets. If Ghana National Buffer Stock Company, as established by Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was up to its purpose, we shouldn't be experiencing this constant increase in food prices in our markets. But they have nothing to move from any storage into the marketplace to reduce prices.
Is it because of women facilities? No. Now, the requisite facilities a bit master aduane.
Me the binim na maker. E be ya from no.
Okay. All right. So far mo dey said mo hono no a free senior high no what future just based upon consultations said ya John Dramani Mahama aka ebekọ within the 100 days waba office no ebeboa ama ya hyemu kena na moment konkoba safi ebete se free senior high no no afi no ma bi kura ba be film no ne ade
Lebi your position no and it's a free senior high school has come to stay policy no policy papa. Implementation no ye hu se ehun abachima. Makeke bi ane de yen yen kwan de ayebeye. But also aka cha say esa say ye pese obi biara to be check na adwen no. Ye be stakeholders forum.
Okay.
Ati Ghana for mutie me. Omonya rehwemu. Say your mama beye de obeye working with stakeholders. Say the beye Christian school no obehye mu kina. Ama emfaso a eso enama ye no. Ebe so bi kura aka ho. Until we are not opposed to it, and we are not opposed to a bill to ensure its future.
All right. Now, where they are, we belonging to the minority caucus here, and on pay crime morning shows, and I make kind of statement. Now, mo dey abeto abonten. Na, mo say ora ato forcen. Na se me dey no, said the economy dey just am boy court to parliamentary proceedings. Na mo dey di n'echi. They say madwen wa go say.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Eno a
they be abeko court bi a ere na beko.
anasa sa na mo ye
the whole day we will be in court.
Na
court na ewie ntema na yaba. It's as simple as that. That is what we have stated. It hasn't changed.
Na mo yes na eno no aye den wadaremo.
Sir, oye penny. He's our leader. And you can't expect us to go and sit in the chamber without our leader. We won't do it. So at any time that our leader is in court, we'll be in court with him. When he's in the chamber, we will sit behind him. If he's in court, we'll be sitting behind him in court. That is what we are going to do. It's not negotiable.
Affecte abenyuma. And Jumedia Mudi our parliament.
We are going to be with our leader where he is at any time. We have not said that we are going to do anything against government business. But at any time that he is in court, we'll be there. When he's in the chamber, we'll be there. Court or by chamber, yeah, by chamber.
Asamidiye chance anya no.
To the chamber, and we're there.
Okay. Asamidiye your chance ya court anya ne. 2 years kura ba betwam ko. And na man take this decision as sabri mum. And na man madwe say mu take decision way. Send say ho na wa be leader nti. And na mu take sad decision.
He is our leader. And why a leader ne there? Won't you mean ka say yeah. The followers no. The parliament why who is going to lead us?
Oh, nasa deputy leader oh. Na anya da bia so na obekọ court.
Our leader is our leader. We want our leader to lead us. We have decided that, including our deputy leader, and that is exactly what we will do. Those who have a problem with that, and those who believe that that is going to affect government business, they know what to do to address why we will sit behind our leader when he is in court.
So you are suggesting to us, and when you cry, Senaka, yo, ora, ato forcen, or beko court to cry because the Amuka, dear, Wakasa woman, dear, so ya, and then as over
because in your dear Mecca at the football beer, the American and one will be some 1,000 times, and one Mecca.
Is oh,
yes. We are not going to change our position. That is what we have said, and that is what we will do. And it won't be the first or the last time that a group in parliament, in solidarity with its leader, has taken a particular action. It is allowed by our rules, and that is what we will do. As long as we do not absent ourselves from parliament to warrant the speaker declaring our seats vacant, we are not boycotting. We always say when he is not there and he's in court, we will be in court with him. So
but the results, the end results, are now fasodia edebeba no and na mbisa say ma consider ho. Fasodia edebeba because some better that you are called to, monta that you are called to, so be be man so ni be no, it won't change anything.
Yeah,
and now it's a matter of
court, and that is what we will do. He is our leader. And we must stand with him. Just as we have to sit behind him in the chamber, when he's in court, we'll be seated behind him. Oba chamber, not Yaba. Then we'll come and continue there, sitting behind him as well. That is exactly what we will do.
Previously, Muka so read James Judge question. Similar action, Mobeteki. But I don't know who you could see you.
Now, what is our court?
Sir, get answer now. Muteki's action. Now, said the meetings are court at no crown as I'm not going saying, and now not Tiapo to quality.
Lawyer. The minister, he comes to parliament. He comes to parliament. That's what I know. Before we rose, he was coming. And we have resumed.
And see, on also the end still holds.
It is case by case basis. If he is called and it is determined that we should go, we will go. If leadership decides that we should boycott parliament, we will. Me, no, I'm a member. I don't make decisions. But whatever leadership decides, I follow.
Okay. All right. And Yabeki Mwasam na and Amokoi.
And Moko Parliament, media manko.
I don't constituency, Anna.
Happen na. Mabi doing cry.
Okay.
Yeah, until me to 2-1-2-1-2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they are still there. Yamia don't cry. I'll go before the day is over.
All right. Honorable Clement Park, can I be here? That's you.
Amen.
Jenny and your Honorable Clement Park, and this in Russia, Jenny are our Busa South, Deputy Ranking Member, Education Select Committee, our Ghana Russia, Fie. On any idea, come you. Or say they are not opposing a bill, any bill now. A bit to me, 1 year sustaining a year free SHS, especially the Dutchman. And into bill the almost change sebeba na wamahwe enrama ewom. For audio channel 50503721 1744 0503721744 Jumedi ye friend me menti. Omanity and a maje be wo father kabre from Paul Manso nadwa. A me ti demodi ama no ye de adwendwen ye ho. Na ya hwe enrama ekoso. Ye be kokuma se na yagwakwa ko bisansem. The reasons behind Honorable Kennedy on here Japan say was he from na otai campaign echi. E no ma be na ekom. E be de unkomo sese.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Kwame, me ya umwao. Me ba penyu no kane no animade pa. Na so nan se boa no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple gra. Fanuko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen checking anima no.
Oh, jai sa mani abrewate. Me ba bona me ka asma chwas me faniko eye care clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wono mo a. Wo de sua enkoyie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kira de no. Won hu ade ni yi so what tie ni mana so what tie chire eba ne sa fa no bra White Stone Dental and Eye Care ni enye hwehwemu mfa ne ni ho ohaw bia entam so yewe ni asia no ama no
ayampa o na sekro ni yade no eba emonka ye wadwe ye o se bibia ye fine wo be ko na bibia ka echi na wani sei na sekro masate se wono momoja broso na esiche yade no aye na momoni yade pa
sa pepepe onipa bia kra no afimu one kwa check up awani ho kra no enye mprenu White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic say fa wo no wabusua nyina ebra ni enye hwehwemu emfa mani ene mo se ho ohaw bia no ye behwe ni asia no e de amamo ye wo abafun fidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodo a ye de ye san hwehmu no ye dwuma efon so de wani wote entuba ye beje o fel so White Stone Dental and Eye Care e wo East Legon ye be MTN office kese no free wo 024 225 1983 and 024 045 2992 White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Wenni eno kania.
Ya no me bibrime. Ye nya ko fatu yeso. Etu esi be mabo. Okunkunim ko fa ejina ne so. Akwara padi ko kwa hu ede da mana e kire no. Ye ne. Adeshiambra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira wanwade esumu apai mo hre nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we die bi si pen ne Neat FM ya mamwa kwaba
High Neat 100.9 na enkoma na meka ene se Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan se na ọwa akwantuom obabedru ye kra no ejese efie kra wankofie ofri US bedun Kotoka International Airport and why the next available flight edene call ye Kumase ebo obeya anopa no wotwe okodru eye okokodru eye Kumase Airport enam so a oko join eye Entuabwa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ebo Ewa Sante Mantem. Yene Alex Kwakuteta na Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, the campaign team, na Odi Mutintimai pa. Yembisa say supporters of Kennedy Japan. They say Wamunina Wamajiatum, say Wamo Babeta MPP achi, and now Wamumuache. And I said decisions been a cool when Neya Wamu leader. While joining the main campaign radar. Kwaku Alex, or your convener, founder the Master Citizen Ghana. Yamoaha. Now, what to say? Okay, I know what you're baby in our network, you know. Yeah, and I go about the boko.
Wow, yeah. Mike, I'm for you, so I'm in what you for you.
At your for Joseph. Nana we your friend wa na ye bisa se Owura Kennedy Ohene Japan mo mudi nachi ebon twade ma no eye MPP ebra na mo pre eye akonya na mape kendini obedi party nenim say yan wu say gbasi form join Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Asante Mantem mo agitafo mo so ma resolve say mo kwata MPP achi and now said decisions been the coma mu leader eba joining the campaign trail.
I'd say one.
Yeah, Kwaku, one network in the moon, your crowd. Hello? Oh, network in a failure. Ever.
Ya no me bibrime. To yeso etu esi be mabo okunkunim ko fa ejina ne so akwara padi ko kwa hu ede da mana e kire no ne adeshiambra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira awanwade esumu apai mo hre nya kwa pie awanwasem nie we die bi si pen Neat FM, ya mamwa kwaba.
Sauko Facebook Live and messages in the Biaba. Kofi upon Isaac, I'm watching you live from Suppleman. Kwakubonsa the first. I'm agreeing to the Ghana Radio Callers Association members. I don't know them. One okay. And Gabada Robertson, or say you are not sure with that. Of okay, well, can we be from? If I'm supposed to say what is Clement Park is saying, and they said the same thing about NHIS to be made one-time premium. You don't have anything for Ghanaians. Enrique do. I said despite group of companies stop doing politics. It's not helping Kwame despite. I don't know how can I say. Also, the other trans Antonio Mo. Yeah, more active politics and Gaza. And one you go so yeah, also we share watch wrong home message. And they have too much. Okay. Yeah, back WhatsApp messages no. Na me share yeah. WhatsApp messages in Swaba. Richard Eddie from Masaman. Also, Jerry, good afternoon. Please, like COVID-19, Free SHS has benefited greatly. The members of this corrupt Nana Baumia government, Free SHS has a brighter future, will have the bright future with Mahama. The former secondary school, Kaneshi Senior Technical, my former secondary school, Kaneshi Senior Technical, didn't enjoy a single internet. But the Minister of Education and some crooks in his government, or in this government, paid $56 million. Richard Amasama. Mukaila Jonah said if free Ayekeri. Also, Ghana is really moving forward, and no time for any former president who has already taken his monthly salary as former president. Dr. Baumia is bringing new, fresh ideas on board, and is the need to push him to become the next president. Why the free SHS law not drafted before starting the actual free SHS? Has the government addressed all physical challenges of free SHS? Government now bringing the law, not tantamount to review of free SHS. Nanado government is supersonic, incompetent. Where your Kojo Nyamiche? No, Kojo Nyamekese or the free and your Cape Coast. Mame Kwem. Pagwa Alex, yamwa habiem.
Magay, yeah.
Okay. Nami bisase, enoma be na ko ma mu leader na mu di na chi. Do mu nyina mu yan PP for abasa say yan say wa join Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebon to an abanisa na mu achitafo no. Muso mu nyina ma resolve to join the team. Anase mu mu ache, anase ede na ewo ho.
Magay, mami share with you for nyina. Mami share yura kompreko. Mi share na mi face Madam Christie. Na yicha yura Mahmoud Baumia awoye fatara. Na mi share yere mami sebera ono na mami face li. Mfa akonya mi share Ghana for na omode ahobrase mo. Yero tumfo ne asema yefri menhia ose bawo ase eno ne ade ope wo ne ho. Baumia pa konya no o de chia no so o manishira na ne watie simonso na o manishira wo shira ne kose you see according to otumfo no your friend say America president Donald Trump any we you see o mi no yino mo kambo mkro mo ntimi to Baumia will win hands down na mother yenti a wo busa asemu we no NDC for enra NDC penny be frame say unim say menye bema kra yenye bema say akotwen ne Baumia team. How come you see that? You reckon upon or ye council of header or ye MPP penny pa or ye funder. And she about saying, and I deal with some bomb of video in swa. Indeed, now watching in a chain in a press conference, card way. You are comprecon or Baba join a campaign. Inti ubi bia fan and Nadia to for or MPP ni mapa. So far as one giant chain dear, one co content chrono. Nay to one and a okay, you are Jones of Wabuku. You are a friend saying,
Cabinet Japan.
Yes, now where you are not doing for Pupos uncle when you ding. Just you are comprecon, Emma, the face of Baumia Campino, or Ma Baumia team, no say, Kennedy Bano, I changed the face of campaign in him. Then Ashanti region, 10 Ashanti region. nti ne ye kan say ewura compre konso gina so ebie na no ewo adum ye kwa adum no okan wodwa kese nim say obi bia oye MPP ni a ahombrase bu bedi n'echi no obi amfa ne na de nto fom te se ne me press conference me kan ye no no bia me join ne bawumia na ye nto abama yewura bawumia yewura kan akompre ko okan ne mra na ne wubu sa se eba ne se no be join ne no kasa kofom na ye bi no ibedi echi ahombrase mu e de ye resource de se no se papa e se no waba da no me ne we ye interview your friend say obra pani ticket ye wose no US fe no ma befa no babi ona mu nyina no mu ti interview na ye no enti mo fidi no se ni sikwa echiri no ye bese say you ra compre kon o se o ye Ghana ni na ono nso no o ye MPP ni mapa na akonya de ta ye den ye pre bia otumfo akonya kura omu ofapani wu ye no na nkofo bebre na no mudin wo so chehin akonya to ye no ni osisu sisi ye kofa ni fi US na nkofo ha omu pre owie omu ni nuane omu nyina omu aka bom enti ni ye kan ne se MPP akonya eto a ento ye we de ya kansi ene ye koye na kansi na ye koye no ye nyina ye wie no ye wura ono ankasa Ghana ni bi di adanse se ono afu gina simpie so e ka se akansi no ye fair play ibia ko ni pepepe enti wa fuli wa we di America di etu a ye ko bobola ye den obi be she obi o ma ne Ghana bo wo kumasi yen ye she o mo fo no won say yen Ghana for de o mo so ye o mo ya do moko enti wa ya odi wo mu bi ano ye so fa ya odi ne to nchen e nyina yen kan bom na yen ye den na yen fa ba no e ma yeru aba wo emra ra o mia ene ne o ja se o yen form emra ye ba akwenya na omo fra presidential debate na omo John Mama enso nka mienu pe a oye vice president otimi implement edema na for ana so odema NDC nti ono de ono na ban mu se magai enyema wapopo so enawie anope ye ko poku ale first anope
what am meba obekọ ma me bisa we mo am ye supporters of honorable Kennedy Japan mudi na chi no say ye mu nyina na ma resolve na emumu bi and mo decide say mu leader na take decision a mo so dia mo ko nyine ye mu nyina na mo ko ana say emumu bi na ye ko
pia embra na ye ni den ye mo be den ache ma cheri pa o mia o MPP ni ye ra Kennedy MPP ni kojo poku MPP ni enti ye wie na obi afa ne sekan a eni e se na chase ye gu MPP party no en pe ye general secretary ye re party chairman obi ani eje omo bo chase obi abo Kennedy abaso otumfo ankasa mpo ene wa bona baso ye ko baby edin kan ko no ohene no wole boze the binyama ponten baby edin kan ko the bi
go ahead
yeah ohene omo bo ye wura Kennedy abaso kese na ohene no fa akonya so se ye wura bawumia under Kennedy asema no wo ye Kennedy abeye ewo kromo enti tese on se Kennedy no oye setna oye institution he's a different human being enti ye de ene wo kan etita for no ye wura Kennedy ankasa de ade se dia to se obi a medjone bawumia etim no nka de betimpo nanka ye mpa ebo ne se nka ye wura alantamante ono so ananso because anyoma we mu esisi bebro be de asamoa mu kotete ne ho eso mo san kan ba ebedwane ye ka de beti na ka yewra lanso na ko ron so aba na ko dweme a se de utumfo bobo mpanifo di na efe keke enti oba de sefo ne wate no no tan ba entity amanyuko ni de omo baji obi bia kama enti ne e kan se obi eni ho a obetimi aka se ono de ono ko e contemporary ana wate no na Kennedy enya enti Kennedy enya na obi ate no anti kan video ate papa ta ko no ya andwene na kan bidua na papa eba to andwene a ende
okay enti ora Kennedy anemu di kan kasai ansana yebehu no se wa join campaign yi anase se na etie muhu se wa join na no na muso mu take decision se mu bedi mu leader na chi anampanfo kasase bi ko so e bia na form asum ansa na mu se waba join ni ana.
Oh, Majay, one would say, Papa, ye no, or here Quabaca, ye no, any idea. Baumia, any Nicasa, President, any Nicasa. One say, say, Enchim, Omobility Punk, Elcon, Omogo, say, Bibisa. So, and say, idea, Casadi, it was so cost to the Bia. And Tinea idea, over here, oh, I see the issue at the Biana Mecase. Men di a tree, Nenko Case, Canadian, we need to go Canadian Miacasa. Kennedy, the first day or full platform, no mountain platform, car said, Abana, you two, you know, a fair play. And when I'm taking me decision, said, no, I will join Baumia campaign because Kennedy was joining, but to be our penny, you know, on my moon, you know, but the whole foresight, I won't say, and maybe brave me. And then it's not to the brace of Papa. And then young co independent. Yet, Sadia and I are born now, one co independent, and I won't say, the Uko dear to I say, I think my ya, oh, Kennedy or no MPP no Nakuma. No be answered the memoir or the abo MPP any parliament where Juma why ewo Ghana ha or no the lawyer to Ghana for no any MPP in Kwa, which remind ye. It's a media name in Petre say yen na pono yet da or Babet Yesin or no ba or Tissimo Kwani in Tim Dan or Tier. If you could form Reso Dada, San or Yen and Yama. Inti Majari Ubusa na Casadia Casa Coso. On the day cry ye ban, minim say, Papa Bedu ye na juni na yura ba omiane ne kasa, na yura president and so ne kasa. No be antina to say, eh adea, we there, santo kwa de ye kwa obebre. Dai. Enti na e woni de.
Na
na ye din kan so abomu de wuro ta say, obi e dwene no fa ne na de ntofo, na e ye nuano mo ntokwa.
okay, na Honorable Kennedy edi ya obi say owo onwa ne nyonkofo bi omo MPP mu a ode ne resources e de aboa safoi na so ba say akonya apere ba ye okopiri bi safoi keka nsem bi fa ne ho ana enye ne de ebi aye mrahye bedwafo a ye kasa womugu so eti o makonya so ene de keka ho eti na sa ya ode ne wonimu ama ye hu videos bi kra ja say ebinum kra ba ukochia ne kra no ntwe ma wanhwe na okeka bi a kire Pan best one of us resolves these matters because the idea on the South ya na ebe encounter.
The American say, "Oh, say you are comprecono." The Ubena and the Uben when I will Yansan, if it be no movie as my Ben Abbott me only Yansada. My jay, thank for phoning in and be a from two and six. A patch on now, Ben has a me a press conference. They can say, Ubia, Quenya, that was a Ube Kofi, no Akopanicho, Akufi Copancho. The ones who are within sale, Ofa, so Kaka, Kama Bonting, now Bepan, Ube Pancho, and from Moa, Yenisa, and down on me bedu ye, Sunday no, me bedu ye, because see, me put two car, much beer too, me bedu yanam go to me. The canning actually won't to me, Mijina, to me, on every I want to me so copper me fee. And on Pabe 7 o'clock, and I want to me and Casa Efre Ulmai, never Ulmai, Kofoka, or Kofu play now, or Kowadiaba. And I want to make a dance on one and then a car Barber Fano Airport. And Ulma say, the car didn't come airport to Barber Fano, no, said, and I train. Or buy, or no munina, and I'm for fair. They say, 1 year about me and the tree, one come, now Johnny Bassano. Now, yet the car convoy need the chili. Titi may car 9 say, idea F. And they say you're quoting for all my free bites in my hand. I'm so to me when I'm so with you. I want to miss some contents when you know one train. Into all your idea. It's a say, and your dear or new be our Joseph Crano. And Mara, only a woman near one animal. Or no crowd, you won't go see no one coton to a minimum. A better potoma, papa say, I will be at Tenari. Now say, I can't do be at Channel the kind. Hey, idea. Oh, they say, yeah, can't pay mono. Make me a cassette. Yes, you can hear no. If you are, then borrow your monster can so. And send you higher country. You're about me and cough. Be a better can play a bit to me. You're a Canadian cat to do a bit on the Amsterdam, my must say. And to say, you near would have. Or no, or yeah, or two would have. And see, and man, you near obey a thing. Or also a weather a wood. And to say, me, I can live by me, but I wedding my matching. I can say, now you're a king, say, oh, really. So, but it's a seven cool good time, because none of the youngsters or no about that. Now, come on, ayo. Pedria, Bema, any Pedria. Until on time, family, dear,
yɛmfa nto nkyɛn obi biara no yɛtu ɔmo party ne nsofo obi biara woyɛ party hierarchy biara woyɛ MP woyɛ minister woyɛ CEO ɛnɛ same okumu kabo mu obiara wɔ ha ɔne yɛka ne sɛ wonim sɛ wokasa tia na ɔyɛ obra pani nyame adom a Sunday na wanya 64 years wasan nya 1 year san bɛka ne mfie ho nyame adom wɔna hoɔden ne gyina hɔ sɛ yɛwura ba omi atwa ATS yiri a ɛyɛ ade a nya ade a NDC 27 years no ma fa nyare no yɛwura ba omi wi a ɔno so ba bɛtoa so sɛ wata sɛ ɛma yɛhunu sɛ Ghana fo hunu sɛ FDP betumi ahyehyɛ nneɛma ɔmo betumi ayɛ nneɛma ɛde ama country no enti saa matiu ma account ne de ɛyɛ wei ɔde yawde de obi kasa bi ne nimu a ɛne sɛ na onye nipa so wata sɛ yɛsɛ yawde wo ne mu because obi a wahwɛ no unua ketewa ma Jerry unua ketewa yɛ friend sɛ unua boy yɛ friend sɛ
why there
unua no yɛ friend sɛ bondi ma me rest
what's the Derek why there or the Derek
me the Derek yɛ example sɛ wohwɛ Derek suku komu na sɛ ne wohwɛ Derek na sɛ Derek entimi bibi ne na Derek fa wachi ekokeka nsɛm bi na ɔka bibi tia wa ma Jerry ɛbɛyɛ oya woyɛ nipa enti ɛno de enya de a enipa su no ɛsɛ sɛ anya oya de a na kyɛ sɛ enipa su ni mu enti once enipa su woni mu ne de no de ensɛhwe yi kura
okay all right enti sɛ ɛnɛ na mode mo bon to ana wo yɛ sɛ mbɔkɔ kwa abere nom ne ade sɛ mo wɛn
kwa abere na na me kan yɛkɔ school yɛ de sɛ opokuare ɛna dutum ɛne yɛwura pa omia mpanifo no ɔmo kɔkyɛ tablet ɛde ma school fo no yɛfi kwa abere ɛne yɛde kɔ yɛfi opokuare ne yɛkɔ kwa abere yɛfi kwa abere ɛne yɛba amampɔn yɛfiri mampɔn ɛne yaba otumfo ne yabewi otumfo no otumfo ne nhyansam otumfo aka gu wɔ no ɛte sɛ ne nuanom bi a ɔmo papa hyira baako enkyire wɔ ewiase nyina do otumfo de hyira ba omia enti mesrɛ fa wafidie so ka kyɛ mama sɛ ɔnsan na ɔbɛbrɛ because no ma dwan ne ba omia because nhyira ne nyina no do otumfo nso de ohyira wa akɔ soro ba fam a obewi ni ɔse sɛ ba omia wura fi ne ho a ɔbɛka akae no na ne cameraman so matwa ba omia nsɛm promise a wama is about okay some more than 30 something nneɛma a wɔyɛ implemented to the Ghana ahemfo ɔdɔ mu ba na membuo mu ne nyinaa ba omia bobɔ ne nyinaa so otumfo sɛ wagye ne nyinaa tum otumfo akyea mefo miɛnsa ɔm so kasa sɛ ba omia de ɔmo gye ne tum ɔyɛ ɔmo nua na nsɛm a ba omia ka no ɛba bɛboa Ghana amnesty type ɛne ade enti no Masa, the Baumia was a superman, was a very fantastic man. Then some of our canon. Menya sure say, yes, she a gun in India, why your vice president, or bear president, or what drink is here except Baumia the Union.
Okay, yo. Yada sana we are eating yame and from Mubedru de Obi a sending come.
Intimate so catch a driver for a convoy bar. No mucho munemune say convoy net to air bank. We are driving in now who's important people Mukita Ghana and Eban. And so almost show Muye, why on fast or Mocroso convoy no Ayana and Sweni. No more say penny for an Eban.
Meda say and we Yane Alex Kwakutete, founder at the Mass Citizen I Ghana, part of previously a year Honorable Kennedy, the campaign team, and they Wamako joined Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Omunina resolve to help the campaign. Right, forward Jennifer 0503721744. 0503721744. Kingsley Haruna Amalaba. Amalaba to say,
Papa J.
Yeah, Maham Bibia Boko there.
Boko and Kamada.
And Yaboko.
Na di opam wo nyina ya wo ye de ehumi mane ye yi
Yaboko no wasu manya ho da tora betina
metiase eno ne ade a meka se odomfo no de adom mekwa na de ka yina de enkoyie
okay engineer so aha engineer Peter Entwibo Esiako member of the MPP engineer
Mark Jerry mejoso na mechawati for
Etiefo Johnson na want say
ye ho nya metiase boko
ye de Yakopon ase ye de nyame ase pa na aya na wone me wo fahia ana metese mbo yisi jin ko mbo yisi se no dia ekoso no ana ya nhyede hu na ni so mame ma instance fa ne se do me kwabenya bo mo 1 your friend is one jurisdiction more as far as ECG are concerned. So would do kwabenya the rate and can near doom wa kwabenyano. And you want are too much? But so baby to say Taifa and can near doom dear. And then Rakwe you know and can near dooming. Oh me idea. But another rate to no better na e form. So ye explanation be adding na kwabenya. And can you need to me doom anopa. Anopa about 6:30 ya na ba. About 10 na doom MBM eje na anopa 10. What kind of load shedding is that? Unlike the same jurisdiction, now baby dear as a one dear eje. When you say you hear explanation, the first idea way.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that it's about time the ECG should come to your program. Now, or may answer
church and
some of
maybe
these concerns are more expressing. And I think it's unfair to Ghanaians for the situation we are in now, which I believe that the government is doing all it can to make sure that our issue it will be a thing of the past. We have handled it in a way that and but after Rencham Nabatri, these technical issues are here for me. But I believe the best people who can speak to this will be the ECG, to come and explain things.
Yeah.
Because this may be a peculiar problem to some areas. What is happening at your area may not be happening at other places.
Yeah, other places.
And if that's the case, there may be a particular a peculiar issue there which they can come and explain it.
Okay.
All
right. Okay.
I can let's see if we can get them to come and answer some
That's
questions.
Right. They have to. Okay. Yeah. Now. As I you didn't go past it. Yansha discussions last year. Yaka, says a mummy and saying, no, leaders. And the leaders, Kasa. Amaleba, the leader, on the Shedani Ghana for Krakasai. A year, Joadi Tremi. And no children, so no, Samakodoa, or the Atuja. And we share a year mop-up exercise. Electoral Commission crab a year. Nijana, what shall I drain on Franco form? The year who say Bibia Beko ye. And none of the whole minority for say Honorable Ato Folsen. One boy called to Parliament. No mum debut Beko called to Biano. One so Beko Hobby. Oba a movement for change. Around Lankojo Martin, Northern Region. That's all, Hannah. Obenra. Northern Region. So in some Amcoca or no industrialization policy. Say Bayena and nay, Mount Fonso Modomon, sa, a baby bibi. Na ama a your minor, yet maybe be a man and one man account, the Nina cook to 2 ja, over the northern part of the country. Yeah, can so a Santa Mantem engineer, also leader, on a Santa Mantem. On also all my assurances, and they all see a beautiful business people, which exchange rates, baby, and then now giving assurances, putting your resources together. Say, or the baby save the city, so be your president. And normal who do our officer, yeah, and the Buaninian answer, a coso, or a Santa Mantem. It's Amala. So we're not being 15 minutes.
Before I'm able to I know your interview be.
Okay.
And this ni.
And free SHS.
Free SHS.
Free SHS bill la. Abine prepare
the Parliament. Say
that's right.
But yeah, and this for in Kitia almost say omubicum.
Woman cancer.
Oh, Omaka.
David.
Oh.
David. Woman cancer.
And this for say.
Also on review stakeholder consultation.
They have never liked the introduction of free SHS.
But so woman like a crisis, woman can do
and this year,
free SHS. Can issues matters of
account.
Is it Professor Jerry? Why don't you allow him to continue? You want to talk? You want to talk? So let me
continue. Two statements coming from NDC, and now I am one.
Introductions.
Free SHS and also count about what you say. In Jamalaba, my message as usual said the only man I believe in my protocol. I'm used to
engineer, they are not the best.
Madam say before from but say free SHS in the account will be it you do 10 now you can address.
Okay, sure.
So that means we will come back to the free SHS issue, right?
Oh, me say mama 15 minutes. So me can say quite abefa to delve the issues. It's on your table.
Very well.
Once another time in it, but now at least 15 minutes time. You get space to do that.
I'm downloading a document and I'll read it. Okay, well, my
document. A document, maybe, and I'm a
2017 budget. I have it already. I've downloaded it already. So let me go quickly to the relevant area.
And you can start your submissions while you are.
Papa J, Mr. Engineer, you'll be a we will need the money, but engineer, when you say I did about coming Canada, Nemeka, engineer not done for pa, no mamma down for any mammy. Ya bofi pam ya transfer konda. My senior brother was serving Ghana Army for the last 20 years. Oh, on engineer, we are my age mate. Taba no more pinning for any idea. I am called out from secondary school by here and I read on notes. Or the free school. But engineer minimum.
I just own him.
Minimum pa. Na toda ya suban bi oda na di wa ha na ye me wanwa.
Eh, can you suban me?
Yes. Say, minim say papa. E obi o kan okre. No, kan okre de say ne papa.
Na sezi ade no
enti mesra no ba wumia ene MPP for do no ode ne ho akwakobo mo no. Suban bo no we ayonkobo no srabra ese obrapa. Wo ho manen teki nioma no so high. Emma MPP a sabio akohwisam na wo
sezi a waka bibia anya no kra.
Eni di ni mu a mo betran from emu a na opese o kan sem no na o di tumfutru Ghana.
And we your old story na wo.
Any old story asem pa na me na o kan no.
Some say ene waka bibia anya no kra.
Of course, and o correct no kwabon pese obetie.
Wo cancel.
That ben this can say betwa free SHS him. Ye kan wan fa. Na why na kai? No kan sign. Na o tin we hin. Onya sancho ni twa Papa J.
Yes.
The person they call MPP one custom budget. Or they call Parliament 2017. That's paragraph 789. No, 789 transport. About 897.
Now one more card there.
In fact, my mamenya appropriate in a main kind mount. And say, paragraph 877 on. But as some Nankasano, I war 87 educational fund movement.
Oh, Brenico.
Okay, well, I'll get it and read it to you. It is about education. And Dr. Odesain, Omampeni Yakufa Nuya, or they gonna seek assumption and Sawa Bono. Kenofuriata.
Yeah.
He mentioned it that NDC introduced progressive free senior high school education in compliance to Article 25 of the Constitution. And the monies we allocated for the run of that policy, as a party, secondary schools, see one secondary school block back home, see one school in the history of Ghana. From Dankwa Buzia element based in there, that. Secondary schools and NDC was system apart from the Kwame Nkrumah base here.
But what STEM schools and so
just slogans na omo kan if
you Minimum Kwame no abomusu de no.
Okay, abomusu kran no. Come on, you be fair bem no. All those projects were secured before we left office. Remember here ABA.
Abomusu.
Of course,
abomusu de anya no.
You are one of the journalists I know.
Na me say abomusu de anya no.
But we can if you did we can expound the fact.
Yeah, to us.
But see secondary schools and technical or the universities, embassy universities in Kahon, and we make us say we are against education. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. You get it? So please, senior, Santronia no wajai. But see, President Mahama, and your mind Kasai. Now, Osansu see, Nin Samoa, or the two, or the two, a free Emre Santini, ABC Sabri. We are not in normal times. Open time wa Ghana apro atetia pansampa. This is the time. Light in someone who can. We ended doom so. to the extent that MPP for better kunya so omo boys so boy say ye create excess capacity ama omo tua honka ba me busa o so ko adanse krofom district adanse krofom eban kransa film kransa no ma no nsa nifa be wura mu a be pie Kofi Jame no aba of the saying Kofi Jame asedi krom be to aso a gromisa kawo na mintam prechire ebomwa be si atasin kwanta no so obo ase Accra highway no so before NDC left office yeah the cables ekoho what left was for them say the transformers bekoho near hukum up to the national grid now say NDC created excess capacity at then amu evacuate power no serve those communities no mo so ntua light bill ma ban generate sika yeah honkwa Mesa Katimpani constituency from Bugri all the way to Bugnating, Bulpires, Akarates, all the way to Susud and other places. Yeah, the cables echo some cronies na. Yantimian lighting if you're kunyaso. Mobile, no, have you light those communities? Monye. And you turn around and accuse NDC say, yeah, create excess capacity for Mutuaka. Meanwhile, Esla President Muhammad Jaho Emamo. Mo de Esla Kosia or Ajidache born the free China by ho, and the ability to Kona Winchana Monkrai. You know, Kasai Tamale in the northern part of Ghana, or what the sumu for the last 5 days. No light. A man for no Masayana say. Oh, so, and yet, a new boy air cost inflation, particularly food inflation. Over 8 million Ghanaians cannot even eat 2 times a day. Now, as we speak, in Akufo-Addo, planning for food and jobs. Policy almost a novella, no policy framework, no document covering it, nothing. Government has to go. Meanwhile, you can't see more. Over 15 million Ghana cedis fertilizers. I'm on the common. Antonio Koto say, I don't agree, Minister. Dr. Osei, right? Is it as it say? Good. Akoto saying as it say. This confuses me. Honorable as it say, former, is it he was an MP, right? Asama no bekai. So share in Frumpon Cornomo the fertilizer and the cross the border. Now born and take us and 20 men Musan and so the fertilizer and these are the people we are talking about. Okay? Come on, Baumia and Masante region airborne to. Hey, Baumia. Make a chance say. Opeso winning elections we are Ombra back to Accra. Nothing na do 15 no. On pool man do at least 7. Oh yeah, and be Baumia winning me. Mamalaba metra higher campaign about me if he can do that. Can he do it? Does he have the wherewithal to do it? He doesn't have. One of the he's your opposition leader and the watches Sika. Really? 2016, Namujina Kwanwa Motors cash card. Eddie Rezi funds. And then Minister to me Boska Gunum Passy, the Monya be Eddie Buka Buta Monam Kuma Moche. Very interesting. Of course. Eddie Yapon Kukumazon Gojiska. On check. On cheska
me hui
there
be time be
so dey atini ehu bi so
omo cheska
omo cheska
mama mo
se be ko bia na o cheska and dey ode bia betum ni say oh ono betna kunwa so National House of Chiefs obema mo sika mo dey abo mo ho bra forgetting say under the Chieftaincy Act section 50 section 67 and 68 there is an allocation also minister that's a state prior to approval of parliament and then my chiefs national houses national, regional, and then traditional councils normally run those institutions. But this guy, a flip-flopper. He doesn't have credibility.
Why not offend this guy?
Oh, Baumia. The vice president.
Also said that you use it of your words. No, this guy. No, you can't describe your vice president and this guy. You can't.
Vice president.
You can't.
Good, Papa J.
You can't.
Good. Have you heard some description they give to President Mahama?
I want Mimi program so.
Oh, okay. So you are listening to program
to my program,
This matters are public record.
I am sitting.
These matters are public record.
It is not on my
Very well.
program.
We will fast-check people from these days.
And I'm saying it is not on my program.
What I'm saying is that Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia.
Consistent.
What I'm saying is that Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia is a liar. He doesn't have credibility. A flip-flopper. In fact, unqualified person to be the assemblyman, let alone to be the vice president of Ghana and to can think of becoming the president of this country. He's just serious. One original simple Sudan boy was saying, one can't Ghana force he has fulfilled them. And by virtue of that, he is qualified to lead this country. Okoja UPSC, a hall built under NDC. Also, how many policies? No, the other. What is what can he has never mentioned the so-called vision of the two and find yasem. Okodu hanu washebo. Afemi hunu na or tuludu. Baby sumi hunu suna original stage. Na osa odomedi kana bema way near the baby Ghana man penny. You see, Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia what desecrated the political office. Wama amanyosam anima guase. Na time. Na asefem. Na amanyosam a bon national leadership. It's a very serious business. That Obia as personal leader or minor was ultimately exhibited as serious characteristics in you. So far, Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, Omampini Bedichiri, or Nasa Subainedi. And here, so Koja baby also on a vision or the bano, different from the boss vision or the buyer. Meanwhile, a one hour born man this vision buy. Vision up bought mine into was the being Yamano, no one castle or bar or the vision, vision men or deba. A glaucoma vision. Short-sighted. Nothing different. In fact, Obeye even worse than Omampeni or Kunyasui. And Ghanaians are not prepared for that experiment any longer. Ghanaians are not prepared to give Obia ultimate taken by no own ways. Obejina Krumaka say, Moamo fi the case no ya no buy. Brother Munu yakwa me say if I can tell you. Or some mobile money. And yet sika was say ye de to so. Na say sika no mobile money getting na yes and no. Eye say you here for na dey adwuma. Fine. And na asame na aba. Me a me phone se kuta me say me send the credit free one account mu. E dey call back so crampo your bundle. I will send you a penny atew. Who to me send as much as less as 5 cedis. You bet 2 tax also. 5 pesos. That can for real touch your
time.
I'm telling you. Me
Airtime.
I can go through my WhatsApp. How do we call it? My transactional messages.
What's the whole airtime?
Airtime one.
And you're not
That's
a 1 hour.
Listen to my statement.
What's the saying?
I am saying that may transfer 5 cedis for free. One account they are called another. Nobody are taught airtime. That's what I said.
Good.
You're not following me.
So I was airtime.
You're not following me.
No, I insisted.
What I'm saying is that.
Me say airtime. What's it, honey? Airtime. What's it, honey?
And I'm not wrong.
And now go ahead.
The same may transfer a quarter airtime. Okay. So this is the level of which Ghana has sunk. Martin said, Honorable Alankojo Chiramatin, and so can baby say, was a port charges a war, ye port one, ye hena, ye tin your muscle. Particular say, isn't it about the spare parts? So the spare parts air bar or say import duties free so. Fine. President Mahama also shared similar idea during the 2020 manifesto preparations. Ghana for no do Monica said, even cars are deba and they buy commercial business. Those cars should not be, import duty should not be placed on them. And I agree with this kind of course. And I think that if how do you call it? Honorable Alankojo Chiramatin LD MPP, Kebema party a different face than Bawumia ebedi partner nim. MPP for after dance aboka. Kene Japan hoka na ho. Second way. Was voting for Bawumia. It's a show bet to opposition.
I don't know say when you say why first you describe your penny for no say that I describe your penny for no.
Discuss with the worker.
Second way.
No, because no, but say of course it's the same came. And I can say Otuma Bawumia will lead the MPP to opposition. I mean, second, the same can. That's what I mean. One of us has some no, and never could just simply so. Say our born toward the boy Bawumia, the vice president, who according to the opinion of Kennedy Japan, was the boss Nana Akufo-Addo. Mama running Ghana down because according to him, MPP lose elections 2024 far back 2 years ago because of bond or the saying debt restructuring, domestic debt restructuring program on the buyer, pensioners aluso musika, middle class aluso investment and all of that, and the economy have collapsed. This is the same Kennedy Japan I'm talking about, And it is what free US aba bedru. One coffee crampon could you know what time you say could do Kumasa or Kobo or Mampina be the Cheba or Mia Echidomoa. Nothing beside say. Can Japan or so no Ghana first? He fight for Ghana. Is he fighting for Ghana? Is Dr. Baumia's record as the chairman of the economic management team so good enough for him to follow him and fight for him to become president? In any case, we are not so a businessman. No, as a businessman, he cried for the business community because of a Nyoma eco support. In Nyoma also always is here. Is he killing the business community or he's helping the business community? I will leave it to the good, to the conscience of the ordinary Ghanaian or to the public to decide. But the conclusion point of better making is say, we are Ghana ni now come to anymore. Number one, Bompire more my Ghana. Number two, Kai Omine say, said yeah, Dr. Mensa Otabel can about 9 years ago. Was say, yeah, Bompire, me and Bompire see and my good leaders. Young Bompire see and Kopon can Omina come and citizens and make intelligent choices. These are the words of Dr. Mensa Otabel. And until Ghana for young Bompire say, you better make intelligent choices.
All right.
Neither a leader like John Dramani Mahama, whose 24-hour economy, the game changer, will salve the situation and create jobs for Ghanaians to live in a comfortable life. Now, a mabunu e tu kwa command for so command for man so copy juma no. Bit metana kruma abobra mana ye.
All right, thank you. Engineer, Andrew, where's Yago?
Yajo.
Will you dance so now?
I am correct. Now, Aiden Kano, let me make this correction by is it Amaliba? Amaliba. In fact, and this is for minimum say almost me creative and some eka mano et senior yenokre. Now, one here na what you actually bohana a positive one so a negative. Now, when to me and yan or bit in China. Now our fan of senior Omakano no sanity. So Betana Minka as my kind, and Sanako. Amaliba. Betana watch on Kuntum Betana, and Sanako,
the Gaza is still part of the show.
Anyana Creda, say many Amaliba Atra Babiada. He doesn't know me, I don't know him. I've never stayed with him anywhere.
Are you sure?
My brother Bien who come military that. Me no coming course secondary school man me redeem no to be other. It's not true. See, and to Betana can contempo, yeah. It's not fair. You cannot try to claim to know me. You see, I've never stayed with him anywhere. Me feel going to do Betana guys, me not trap and me some kind of note. It's not true. Many sang contempono. But me last born of my mom. Last born of me brother bien who go military that. Into by I'm final question me go me contain. Contempo dente say. Na and this for I issue statement about bill ID co parliament. Na ye nyine nim say Ghana for to na no mo tum. Say adie ya na na kufuado ade abayi. Ghana for nyina e bo abana baso a free SHS and this for aka
but one more issue statement
but I've read it on internet
a story a ranking member
okay ranking member
no can say on say needless but many honorable Clement Park so can also a different opinion.
Yes, so, and I've read one statement here by somebody called Peter Nochukutu. I also say a crime beer and this for Befaswa on be opposed to a bill and I dear Bapal. And I make them say
now I find an image
also when they make time. The only time I met you. Oh, no, the first time I met you was on Kingdom TV, and I'm not good share. That was the first time I met you.
Okay.
I've never stayed even in Ghana for that long. Is it the no brother? But me so don't try to create any impressions. I won't try to me make you we should buy no Susan. Me pesa adie no. What?
Okay. It was
NDC has consistently said, free SHS. Anya idea how many home. In fact, yes, before
free SHS.
Of course, yes.
Omo si wo mani nye.
Omo ni nye home.
Statement be anywhere tell say until na wo kan na ba mu say wo nka sa.
Now, if you go back to the time you can't say be introduced to free SHS.
At that time no say
from there to now.
So now
their position has been the same. And
sure?
Whatever they say to create impressions of many Jehono, a lie. They are all camouflage. They want to, because almost a Ghana for any Jehon. So if they continue to oppose it, then Ghanaians are going to show them where power lies. And nothing na Oma try say Omo camouflage to tell Ghanaians say Omo ni Jehon. Let's go back. You know, before 2016, Ana promised free SHS. NDC mobilized almost supporters. Emma almost machi. Ewo Ghana Street so. And almost botchene. Nipa no di animu. Fifi kote. Wono na ye. NDC for General Secretary. And you almost say Fifi kote. Was say almost say free SHS 419 free and almost botchene na ubi so on market time. Or you say free education 419 free. And this is what to say ya majoma man and you din can't one. And now the bar power ya introduce free SHS. Jomama ebe catch the Ghana for say. So ono na ye president and all Ghana sikaswa under no circumstance and now no CSA what 2 billion Ghana cedis or no. Free SHS mu emanenya Ghana. This was said by John Mahama. And Opia wajina bontia kasa ansem way. And we are talking about a Juma sika a free SHS mu. If you're not determined, you cannot manage it. You cannot. Because more than 1.3 million Ghanaians anopa awia anumra etwasa wo provide food edema omudi. Nkoda o. Etwasa wo mu nsuo dare. It was almost light, nobody there. And all these have been taken care of by the government. So if the government is not determined, you cannot. And Mama share comment on my kafa. Since I introduce free SHS, ministers are almost here education so eba ya bepum sambre. And improvement about free SHS almost resource e bin si Canada. And now no ya 2023 results by what you ask my John Mama kai? John Mama catch Ghana for say. Obia more resource nuntungu. Na resource no. Eye abayin na share that the AI computers echo tetra echo sise them ho eman krano e issue the true exams and some to passes ano. These are the comments made by John Mama. Or running Adiana down. So much say he doesn't want to say any commenter about encouraging growth. Adiana Ghana abaya no eye. Na sa o kika sa ansem we na ka kire me say adie we me ba me be improve. You see obi anwo a woni wo. Adie no enye omo adwen na omo de ye. Enu nti se obi a wawo ne ba se magjari ohoi wawo ba brantie. Na wo obi aba say Oba no fam no ma me na me nkone ne ntina na me hwe no ema wo na me hwe no better than you are. How possible could that be? MPP ye dia ne ba ye dadwen ho ye di nipa gudam 6 months and na ye do omo dwene ye. How are we going to implement this? Omo the idea ne ba ye yen and ye wo ho kwan ne anim anwo animdia ye can say ye be sa de we ye amana fe. How was NDC going to generate money? NDC is not creative. John Mahama is not creative. He cannot think beyond the box. Apart from Niawonim Dabiana. And such a leader cannot be allowed to manage free SHS. NDC will collapse it. Anuntina Abrantiana or parliament. NDC for parliament. Or say, Adiebia Omubeya Omudiba resist the bill Yadiko parliament. Sabaya Abain Biba. On to me taking that, luxury say, a free SHS no crime, but shum, my Ghana. We want to make sure that we protect it and prevent anyone from getting the opportunity to cancel free SHS because a idea at that Ghana for Kumasu. And I believe, you see, me rams America, and Mpanifua Misha won, Mofra Misha won. Send your Ghana for as determined say. One of the things they're going to do to show their appreciation to Ghana government and NPP party, I will a few able to
Woma omoma anya free SHS. And my friend, nya free SHS in the wie, quarter sherry. Ebi mu kura wie, nay, ebi mu ekasama NDC. Woma se see ya, one kwanya sa register nom to aba. They are all going to show that appreciation to NPP for introducing free SHS to Ghanaians. And that is what is going to happen. And when the NDC abom nyanya, hu de omonye. Na enay NDC for bejina bonten ebeka kire say free SHS omu ntwamu a. It is a lie. NDC, if they get the opportunity, they will cancel it. And they have never supported any good thing for Ghanaians. Yede ye kunya oil NDC for bejina bonten eka say adwongo. They will not support it. Yede national health insurance say but almost supported. They even walked out from parliament. So NDC in history, they have never supported anything that will benefit Ghanaian, indigenous Ghanaian. They will never support it. So I say until say ombenye sika free mu na omo na waba mu enema ebeye na ye wie sika. The omo panifo no wie sika na fe eto obeda ho ne dom kogina ayi court a na ma begina abontia be ka kire say ye nipa na wo bokro no ye nipa no wo ye kromfo enso ye nipa no enso so long as I wo ye nipa na abodina kogina court no ye members of parliament ye international parliament e da abodina be court bia be kwa kogina court
why na bokro no
we friends saying omo parliament parliamentary leader wo mokro no
David
na why na ato force why na
wa bokro no we
wo mokro ke na kogina court
no be bokro no ye kogina court
na mokro ho no ye ko na baso na say ko we
it is only the court of competent jurisdiction.
That is why, as far as I'm concerned, he has been charged.
Yeah, you've been charged. It doesn't mean that you are guilty.
So long as you are charged and you are... I don't need your opinion. So long as you have been charged. Court one ya nkase ya dene ko nyako ya mara ko ya wedding yankoba na ba so ho ye se wa bokro no ntine dene ko
yesusu se
wa bokro no na wa bokro no
mo bokro no there be two separate statements two separate statements
okay
yesusu se
and this for leader na the friend atofos wa bokro no and this for
I know interest o ye kromfo
na wo mo kro no a anu ne yɛde no to
na ususu anan
yo yesusu a na wɔn te hɔ wɔn na re no and this for say krono na wabɔ no anu nti yɛde na ko gyina court na ene court di na sem no wɔn ntena parliament they will always leave parliament and go to court na ma ko gyina akɔkye momombe you see and yet any case and this for that court bia no wɔn lusu wɔn be gyina bontia yɛ hu dede saa ananu yɛ anya ofidie so na yɛbɛtena ha that very day na yɛyɛ program say ya and omo yɛ press conference omo yɛ na NPP yɛ and some ye can say omo kan ba kunu no yɛ no kre nkontompo nko a ta wo no obi ka say o phone so na wo record no na ka say ah nti wo pese menye sei na nipa na nkasa one ne kasa no onka ye na wo ka na eba afidie no mu na say wo record sansa no beto abonten na wo be ka kire Ghana for say nipa na me ne kasa no o ka say menye sei na manye na wo be boss tape no kire nipa wo fi say sa propaganda we hwa na abeka a kire no ama na gyato mu Sami no bigina bonten ka kire Ghana fo a ene ne kopie Ghana court oba himan tiadwam o tete o manu an o tam asem no NDC fo pipa o peja nsia no tugum so nsen hunu na mo di akire na nsem no madi fo mfa nko ene o throw asem out NDC lost that case and
then tape no there no
yes
oh it is yet to be determined.
It has been determined.
No.
Oh, it has been determined.
When?
Oh, my men no the judgment about one thing was
tape no there no. Tape no there no. I'm saying I don't know.
No. It has been determined. My men back court and no tape no say tape no mo dey abreme a higher the minti mo ma me 2 days na me go tia na me fam judgment man.
No say wetia but when who bibia
na was say tape no nsam na wo mu no.
But as to say woman the be joining the case in there it is yet to be determined.
No, it has been determined. The woman has determined the case. Say case now almost say atoforcing and then in crop for na ma bokro no na edo ko gyina court no say attorney general abeka kire Jakpa say onkodi adansin krumu entia atoforcing no was so akotie tape na tape na otie ye no the only voice wote say eka say kodi adansin krumu etia obi no eye Jakpa na eka sansem no and he said it repeatedly say what's the mean kodi adansin krumu entia atoforcing na asema woken enti okano several times enti my men say so wotie tape na there is nowhere wote free attorney general no say court ne kodi adansin krumu etia atoforcing na emum eye nipa na all record no One mom na a repeat ye, a kaya repeat ye, and it is not coming from Attorney General. And that is the comment made by the woman in her judgment. So, and this is Edako Yosi Abdul. So, na near can you say, I feel we ye betwaba. Nipa, bear in Numna, who was almost a young to some president of Ghana, no, almost Mupa, NPP, and NDC. You were candidate, me, you know. Yeah, na NDC for almost year name be NAM straight. Yeah, yes, strategy you use to know NDC woman nima and come on that DH. The first robber. Woman nima and come on that DH because Baumia is making inroads. He's penetrating everywhere.
But young clarify way. Enra, and was a normal call. It's a betrayal, and so we shared this story. Also, the High Court in Accra is expected to, on Thursday, 13th, decide on whether to admit into evidence or not an audio recording of a conversation between Godfrey Dame and the third accused person in the ongoing ambulance trial. Eti after some be join it tape no, come the be evidence for asem die no ne die. Eji nyame ya adomotina. Eno be determine na mom ya wo kan ye judge ne ka say otie ba wan te say obi issue obi kutu pase.
They make can say and some and this for the court. Say omodi ko ginam na omodi support omu case. Na enam santi Attorney General and resign and the keka ho no. Court no and some nine in obotugu ye. This record are out there. It is been published on Joy FM, Peace FM. You can just Google. NDC lost the 4 cases they took
specifically.
No, but just read that one. That portion for them. I mean, come as now the American say, NPP, yen flag bearer. Wachiche, Nana Muntona Otuno, Wachichemu, kakra. Oshia a handful. Na washia clergies, a soft one in Cremofo. Na washia oma omu edidwa ene oma omu eye omu nyuma na afi washia youth eye emabunu na uhwe babia okobia nso ewo sania osi present ne ho so okoshia mpanimfo a ono omkasa mpanimfo mu sania nano Paul kan say me kodu Rome no me ye me ho say me Rome ani sabia me no mbetimi atena so ata say okodru youth mu a so okodru babia youth wa he has to behave like the youth and, act with them. So that Obetimia connecting with them because he's connecting with them. There's nothing wrong with that. So youth, eligibility, now say leader. And your first timer, Yahoo say leader, or Kobabia, yes, sir. Na leader na ko jinama or sabi. It has always occurred. Yenya you was out to hire, you be leaders. You call off, now almost enough for sa, you nim sa and you sabi. Woma almost a voter region. Who call voter region? No voter region for us. Who sabi? You want to connect with them. There's nothing wrong with that. Youth. And who here are about to be able. Now, Bawumia, his concentration is on the youth because he is coming for them. Bawumia's leadership is all about the youth. Nema oyi nyina no. Nema odi gwakwan mu dictation odi ba and the policies odi ba nyina. Youth amrantia omo enyini ba no. O say Obeye president within first 4 years, about 1 million Ghanaians youth and Obeye say ombenya ideas ewo AI mu, IT mu ama omudia aye omunyuma ewo Ghana ha ebi mbe free Ghana ha akoye adwuma wa manone Obey invest was side way mu because that is the trend, that is where the whole world is going. So that's it. Abrantie anano okachire Ghana for say ekwan ba kwa mebefa so ama enema aye easy ama Ghana for no say so here national service aye ya who wie school me anka say be ye me ka say me wie school fufra ena me share national service ase 4 months after ena ye frame interview say me mra because ye be wie school ena company ni ba school mo 4 people almost invited almost for interview no I was one of them. So the first 4 months, and no friend me for interview. Me free interview ho, e kodru fie no. Na o ma frɛ phone so aka tell say ochina me nsamra. Me call office obio. O say Monday start work as electrical engineer for Ghana Bureaus. So sometimes on my national service, what do I do? Nature say me call, na me call pacho, na me call district director no e kasa a whole lot of things. Was say obey president a national service any compulsory bill. Name so we school. Na say wo genuine reason. Say that say me person me twaso manya admission I wo Ghana ha and I say manya admission I wo amanone and ntim person me twaso straightforward. What is her reason e ba and who here say be force so chinchina awie national service. And I feel so we ya na say when your employment who could have employment letter now the court secretariat so say sa letter we manya adwuma ye twa me ka say and who here say be force so say national service no chinchina aye ama manfo a lose opportunity and these are the policies that youthful okay. So that's it. And these are the messages our leader is selling. You must say, your mama, he has been in opposition for 8 years. When you are in a position for 8 years, you should come up with alternative. Have you heard one policy idea? Your mama, so obey president Biwa. Or no ever implement Ghana for 8 years, not a single policy idea from not a single policy from
and I want to
Okada and Obe lines
also be legalized and
only way a policy national policy or now 8 years you see
okay
but let me finish this 30 seconds no one gets opportunity to learn how to govern as a president unless you become vice president. That one, you have a direct opportunity. And say, if you become vice president and you get opportunity to become president, that's all failure. It's not your mama failure now. You're an abysmal failure. And your mama is an abysmal failure.
Better answer. Nana. Yes, sir.
Where there?
Nyame adomoko.
Me share with you for me no share na papa. Baby alpha will be answer so the bet share na ejo dey twa me na ye mame Patricia Crucible chairman in the birthday
Patricia boy orala jamati
Nere ba ko pe my part ti major movement for change Anamuna ye you see wo fidikesi na ya man efinhia pa ya sre nyame nhira ne nyame mpai bo ama no se nyame be ye ne kese na o hwedwada ma me kama odi ne birthday na nso o ye adwumade ata ne kun achi na ne birthday kra mpo no wo behwe adwumadi ana wodi na a friend of voter contact. Ninko fooding komo year Juma Power. HSA Nibra Bafie. Yebechano. Na Minia. Oze and somebody be a hold more. Se Fagana Kainko. Ne Fagana ye yo. Na uma ebimu akwanya se nka won kire won adwen na omunka nia wo ba wo beye anade si omoso mani so wo makoma mu so mo ba wo beye aboa oman na akoye twena mentwe metiu makao ena no una obentin e kan se ekire ena asumesi tobo nti wama obia 15 minutes and so say ko ye playback itia bo say o makasa pa and so man kan Ghana kan ko ho asem kasa de o makasa and so Ghana yiyo ya moso na wasem ne se ye nyina ya bo apro ana meboa
sapepe
Intinia obia kwa wo ye no enka emfa ntudwa na amanfo enti anameboa na Yera Alan oni the movement for change any alliance for revolutionary change ARC4 omabo aprobebre na enra me see esewoni ensa okachire se wonim se northern region tamale ɛyɛ amanyɔkuo bi dia yɛkɔto aba bia wɔ hɔ amanyɔkuo bi na ɛfa na ɛnora deɛ free sɛ yɛ alu player yɛ team ɛkɔka fam na yɛsi free mu na ɔmo di momome nsɛmbɔ ɛne nnwomtoɔ ɛbɛhyia yɛn ɛfiri hɔ nom a de kɔpie tamale fie ankasa a yɛnya akonya kɔtena radio so ɛne tamale amanfo di nkɔmmɔ yɛfiri hɔ ɛna menua yɛkɔɔ tamale industrial area sɛ wonim tamale yi a ɛwɔ lamɛhyɛgu ɛfiri hɔ kɔ stadium ɛne ɛyi ne kwan wɔ biasa na yɛne wɔn mu a ɔmo yɛ nnadeɛ ho adwuma ɛkɔ hyiaeɛ na deɛ ɔda ɔma no asɛm baako kae wɔ se wɔn deɛ ɔmo baa ɔmo dwom ɔmo baa sɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ ɔmo adwuma ade akye wɔn nyame deɛ ɔmo kwan ama wɔn na ɔmo abɛduru no deɛ nka ɔmo ne obi ani asɛm nti ɔmo deɛ nka ɔmo adwuma na ɔmo bɛyɛ ne nso no ɔmo te sɛ yɛwura Alan John Kojo Tramanten aba tamale abɔnten so na watimi aba sɛ wɔbɛhyia wɔn ne deɛ ɔbɛtwa mu ɔno akyia wɔn ne deɛ ɛne ɔmo ne bɛhyia na yɛ whistle stop ɔdeɛ nkankan agorɔ ho na MJ ɔmo stop yɛ kaa yi sɛ gye sɛ yɛwura Alan ne si fam efiri kaa yi mu ne ɔmo akasa yɛwura deɛ ɔsɛ yɛ ɔyɔ osi na panyini no a wɔda wɔ ma no ɛkasa na asɛm bi ɔka yɛ ka makoma ɛne sɛ ɔmo deɛ ɔmo nim sɛ ɔmo deɛ ne Alan ɔmo die mu no ɛfiri sɛ mmerɛ bi atwa mu a na ɔyɛ trade and industry minister ɔyɛ nnwoma de boa wɔm ɛfa sikasɛm ho ɛne akyerɛkyerɛ ho training ɛne sɛ ɔgyina hɔ koraa aka ahyɛ wɔn nkran sɛ nsa no adwuma yɛ na ɛyɛ ade papa na ɔmo nkɔ so nyɛ na ne na ɛbɛboa Ghana panyini sɛ obi ani wabɛyɛ trade and industry minister na wabɛyɛ mampanyini a ɔwɔ wɔn a wɔn nsa no adwuma ho dɔ sen yɛwura Alan nti ɔmo deɛ ɔmo nim sɛ ɔmo die mu bɛyɛ mampanyini a ɔmo nnwuma a wɔn bɛyɛ no ɛbɛyɛ kɛse ɛyɛ no kora nso nti wobɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ na ɔmo ani agye a na ɛnyɛ easy yɛfiri ne kɔhyia asɔfo a ɛwɔ tamale abɔnten so na ɛhɔ no na merɛ ho kakra MJ yɛwura Alan ɛkasa wie a ɔkyerɛ sɛneɛ kwan a ɔbɛfa so a ɔbɛyɛ sidi ne yie na sidi no gyina na sidi no ɛnkɔyɛ sɛ wabreki jail ɛma yɛndwane mfiri economy ho bɛ starting ka ade foforɔ ho asɛm no wɔkasa wieɛ na sɔfo panyini bi ɛsɔreɛ sɛ ɔwɔ asɛm ka ɛna ɔsi obi wɔ sika wɔ no botu mu a wɔnyi ne yɛnhwɛ adeɛ ɛna yɛyi sika 10 cedi baako ɛna ɔsi sɛ yɛkɔ broni kurom a esika ahodoɔ a ɛwɔ ahoɔden a emu oduro ɛyɛ tire baako pɛ na ɛda soɔ na sɛ tire baako ntumi ma sika ho ɛden sei a yɛnkan ti dodoɔ a ɛda yɛ sika so ɛmɛ yɛka yɛ nyansia obisa yɛn sɛ na ɛba ne sɛn ɛna ti baako tirikono etimi kɔ nsuo ma ehina yɛ ma na emom tire nsia de bi ada mo sɔre so mo kɔ nsuo mo bɔ ehina deɛ ne bae na ɔno deɛ ɔwɔ gyidie mapan sɛ ne yɛwura egyina ne nan so within a very limited time akyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu ama na ɔtɔ makoma so sɛ ɔba sikasɛm ne bɛyɛ yi Oba near your friend moral education. Because one of the clusters I can want them has to do with mindset change and behavioral and attitudinal change. Say ye nya adwin satra. Say ye benya adwin bi say wo man ye man ye ni baby akọ. Say benya adwin bi say we de ye aye die mu a. Na ye be somu ye ni aye ni ye no. Ye rala na ma nsem na toma koma so pa. Na osofo ba ko sorry no busa na sofo adin nti say ensem pani akoma pani nsem emu edese ya ye rala na ka no. Ojitumu se enkoye se emre aso. Omunko omun sori ni omamanfo nko kasa. Anase emre na so yenko ni enko to aba. Na obi betwetwe no ho. Na asofo a abokola. Pejo mun sano makase debida. We eni nsempa Ghana for peti. These are practical solutions and practical recommendations that are able to fix an economy, not just slogans. Na yiwe eni nkrimofo mpenifo so kushia na Tamale Central Mosque eni amadia for hono na enye easy. Yiwe ni eko dakwema na ho na yano so yeni ni kodi nkomo. Ono kra de na nkem se otia ni na enchi kakra. Na oti se Yuraland asi wo ba no. Yekọ wa hyehye no nyoma a okọ ne ka asiwa a wo beko. Osi da bi da wantena se ni Yuraland na antena se yeni nkomo enni dem nkomo a enya de a okọ. Efise oman na ala ni hia no. Nti ho na Yuraland na kasa no se hwe. Se ofo wiase nyina nkro akese a ombo omo ho modern. Omo ne omo chichim ema ekueku a wo kronum no eye a eboa won epija won mo musika ema mo hoto won. Nti se okọ America ebia se okọ Las Vegas holum omo woni omo ye bia na ye tourism no omo ya omo fato omo ho so ye ni ye ofa bibia Nollywood omo Hollywood omo movie village wo ya omo woni omo ye ema mo ho to wo. Nti sa na opeso ye Ghana. Nti okfa Volta region, ofa Northern region, ofa Ashanti region. Owo ne opese region bia de to no ho so. Na omo ye ni ye mesika ne mabunu nya adwuma ye. Na enimunyam eba sa region. Nti ya sha ase na Ashanti region. Okasa se nyame na dum na so be president. Na Ashanti region no be ne se ebeba be the industrial hub of Ghana. Na che se sa industry sakese ibe hu ni nyina no. Ti se nkran ha nyina yema. Teme nyina yema. MD woni me ya adwen. Na se ye wo sa nimdie ne wo sa ansa sene ni sa kwanya no go beebi a Ashanti region na ewo. Nti ye de beko ni aboa omo ni apegem na hono ma be industrial hub. Na omatimi aye mfidi dwuma ho enyoma. Na ya aboa kra ne de bia kwama no ne na mesika ba oman nim. Na no ye kokoforudua so obeka ya. Dasibre ho ani Ireland ka tre ne se. Ofa Eastern region. Koforudua ne mantem ene ne nkro kitu atwa ho ahia. Ohwe sene region ni sitie ene se de mu nipa sitie ene se de ho nsa sitie adie kese ba ko opese ye wo ho na obi ade ne ho gym na etime bua Ghana man ene Africa bibi man nyina no ene scientific research and innovation. MJ se ofa o mind to say Ghana na se pese ekoye nim say ye robotic D&D ne pese ye say ye nnuane ne pese ye ho adwuma say ye nnuru ne pese ye ho adwuma. We need to have scientific research backing these things we want to do, and this comes with innovation. Inti ye yi Eastern region si ho ni amana ye kakraka na oba Ghana research akese any innovations akɛseɛ hwɛ minim obɛkae telephone ba so foforɔ ɔmo ano yɛ yɛnya papa ni bia nkura no yɛkɔtɔ ayi deɛ ni bia yɛse China ni bi na ne bɛyɛ ayi artwork ɛna ɔyɛ wie na ɔmo bɛtɔn ama yɛ so ɔkae saa asɛm
Bekai pa. Kasa nkola bi na ya de we na.
ɛna ɔmo de abrɛ yɛ ni agye ne so yɛse yɛ de yɛ bi
Yes yɛn hwɛ.
kaa ketewa na ɛba foforɔ no akwadaa okwan
Tiko.
yɛtiko yɛse China foɔ mma na ɔmo di agorɔ na ɛbaeɛ ɛna ɔmo de aba bi si ase yɛ dwi nti yɛwura la nso bɛyɛ president a kofori dua ne eastern region mantem no saa bi na ɛba abɛyɛ ba scientific research and innovation hɔ ne bɛfiri aba nti sɛ yɛadwene adeɛ bi ho ne yɛfa kwan a yɛbɛsi yɛfa a yɛbɛyɛ no sɛ yɛyɛ adeɛ bi ne yɛpɛ kwan foforɔ so a yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛyɛ ama na yɛ kɛseɛ saa adwene mu adwendwen ne nyinaa no eastern region yɛyɛ den ɛbɛkɔ akɔpie ɔsɛ volta region ɛbɛyɛ technical skill development hub of West Africa sɛ ɛba nsano adwuma ankasa sɛ yɛm gye ɛno na ɛwɔ so o white collar job no sɛ wonim sɛ ɛntwia biara sɛ wo nsa ɛnyɛ biribi de ayɛ na sɛ yɛwɔ ɔman yi mu na yɛwɔ oil fields na mmom so ɔmo a moyɛ mu adwuma ɛwɔldafoɔ ɛwɔ mu ɛfitafoɔ ɛwɔ mu ɔmo a ɔmo yɛ adwuma na ɔmo nyinaa dodoɔ na anya Ghanafoɔ adan a yɛni skilled workers yɛsi yɛyi voter region si hɔ na yɛnya those skilled workers no na yɛma ɔma yɛ Ghana adwuma akɛse ama yɛ training bi mu ana yɛde bi akɔ amanɔne ama ɔma kɔyɛ adwuma efisɛ amanɔne wɔ yɛ ɔmo so mo hia skilled workers o nti sɛ yɛwɔ mmabunu wɔ hanom a yɛbɛtumi ama ɔmo nya nsano adwuma ayɛ adwuma aboa Ghana na yɛnya bi mpa ama ɔma kɔ amanɔne akɔyɛ adwuma asan aba na ɛho hia se yɛbɛyɛ MJ yɛwɔ tamale wei na meka ba bisi ni ɔkɔka no wɔ tamale no so wɔse sɛ wofa the 5 northern regions ɔho nim sɛ bia mbi wakɔ tamale pɛn a
Yeah, menim tamale.
sɛ wofiri
Minimwa.
wofiri kintampo na wokɔ a asase no te wo sɛn
On the say eda ho pa.
good sɛ wofiri kintampo na wokɔ fam na wofa fofo so sɔla kwan no so kɔfa the other side koraa na wokɔ pie wɔ a menua bɛma ɛnsase no te wo sɛn yɛnsase yɛ papa ɛda fam a ɛmu adwuma yɛ ɛbɛyɛ kama ɛnso no sɛ obi need that political will and need that mind no with that vision no nti no tomatoes yɛ craft free desert town sɛ onim sɛ gye ne tomatoes yɛ craft free desert so sɛ Burkina hɔ nyinaa yɛ desert ɛnso ɔmo na ɔmo brɛ tomatoes ma yɛtɔ nti yɛwura Alan John Kojo Tremantin sɛ nyame yɛ na dom na sɛ Ghanafoɔ dom no na ɔbɛyɛ ɔmampanyini a the 5 northern regions Savannah northern region northeast upper east upper west wɔka ne nyinaa bom na wayɛ hɔnom no the food basket and the bread basket of Ghana na consciously deliberately yɛayɛ ne yɛfrɛ no agropacks no yɛ plantations a yɛahyɛ da ato yɛbo ayɛ a irrigations ɛnam mu na yɛwɔ modernized way a yɛde harvest yɛn products
Okay.
na yɛ add value onto it ɛnkyɛ sɛ adeɛ deɛ afei ne ahyɛ aseɛ
Ade na be na ja say.
50 minutes nso yɛ
Hey papa, I twam.
na yɛato yɛbo
Uh-huh.
na yɛatoto mu na yɛ harvest no na yɛmbɛnya nea yɛfrɛ no post harvest losses wate aseɛ na yɛato yɛbo na enwuma hwiayɔ ho adwuma abɛyɛ akɔnɔ in the 5 northern regions sɛ wo google northern regions of Ghana, MJ, the Obetia say, say, Kuayo ho adwuma. Kuayo, and a year juma o many jehopa. Omon sas no so etimi boa. Ba yere bebrebe a yedi no Ghana nyina. Oni me adwin say those areas ne free. Ebro, beans, emo, cotton na yedi yentade. Enkan tete, nkabro nye beba. Na nka okosiri mu obu se apai na nka ni namwiem. Ene ni nyina ni ho. Eni ra lan say oba deliberately government is going to support with together with the private sector. Now all my agro parks. Now sa cotton plantations, ne rice plantations and near wo stream na. Na ebuama nnuane ba, ebuama yenya cotton, ba your friend is saying your clothing textile industry mo mo di yen to money ade nyina ebesan yaba. Na enkoba say yes abet na abekra nnuane.
Okay.
Say your industries no ho. Na yenya raw materials no agro products from northern sector, northern zone, 5 northern regions put together. Na ye process near added value. Na ye dibi wa ye maimu. Na ye dibi kwa manone. Ni ye nye sika maneba on my anymore. And kadola ngenena bibi enemy.
Okay, madam say.
That is what you call northern region.
All right.
You call the omoko kind. Now unim MJ, eh?
Na manage time na me be na few.
Time unso unti no mokasa manye de ni bi.
Oh, there be on that time na twem.
De na no mo ye ni cause it took you about 10 minutes or.
David. I'm managing ye pa.
Hey, you de no mo ye na about 10 minutes.
I've given you.
Oh, I appreciate, but in Kamagana Funti Sempa.
Manage it. Well, so good afternoon, McJerry. If what the MPP man is saying that he doesn't know the NDC man, then I believe what the former president has said before that. Whenever they are on the public platform, they speak lies. Jerry, thank you. I can career the free. Kaswa. No, dear. When Sir McJerry, my advice to the MPP communicated is to stop blaming and attacking Mahama for whatever happens in the past and focus on fixing the broken economy. Ghanaians are going to vote based on the current economic situation and their choice of candidates. At least the exchange rate has exposed the weak fundamentals of her economy. Michael Ledifree, Ashalaja. When Sir McJerry, good afternoon. In fact, NDC guys can talk, Papa. Very soon they will cry like babies. Kofi Sechi, it has said. Well, so don't trust NDC on anything. No. Free Education 419 song was composed by Fifi Kwete. Uncle Ebo, Eddie Pritema. Well, so McJerry, Honorable Kennedy has joined the campaign team because he is a true and lovely MPP member. Not like some people. God bless Honorable Kennedy or Hene Japan. And it's Simon Kwekutete. Incoming MP Lower Menakrobo. Where you Reverend Okumado or the free Krobo to Masse. Yamia Doma, Pasiade Father's Day. But that's it. Yeah, I best celebrate you. Where's some Jerry Cabinet Freedom also called Billy Who and Yakumak? The MPP government should accept that they have failed. Okay, but that's it. 3 minutes. I'm in 34. Amalaba.
Papa J.
Hey, 30 minutes and so.
30 minutes.
Answer. Because about 3:48.
What are tones from?
And then about your answer. Because 3 by 3 and 9. Okay. Let me see.
Papa J.
Yes.
Baby, and I'm a palm. Paragraph. Page 133. Paragraph 780.
At the end of
the MPP budget. Other social interventions in the period. Other social interventions expenditure in the sector for the period under review included an amount blah 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 blah. But above free SHS now was here spending 22.57 million Ghana cedis for the implementation of the policy. Now, Papa J, President Mahama spoke about reviewing the policy as we speak. Abiding any a policy document, not a framework paper on the free SHS policy. Almost 8 years into the implementation of the so-called free SHS, there is no policy document, a guide or more. If there is, where is it? What prepare that, Papa J, we are talking about education of Ghana. I produce nurses, doctors, gynecologists, midwives, and others who are coming to mind your life, my life. And they think education belongs to Mampine Kufuado and his MPP, that they can toy with it anyhow. No. Because bill or Modiba, we are talking about the policy document, not the bill. Just give us a break. See, it is a grand deception for engineers to try to mislead the public and claim, say, oh, free SHS, no, I am Pinaku for the MPP, ni swadi hunu. Omo kanipa se good them. Almost omon did omon na omo chile come for 6 months to come up with the idea. Idea Ghana 492 Constitution, omo this shame Article 25. And I won't question who die channel come. How could you say this to the public? By owning, what trying to talk a Sibua now expose him big time. Papa J. Oko 1997 State of the Nation address delivered by President Rawlings. Don't call page 15. Was say Omodi free national health insurance, but we kicked against it. That means that's what he's talking about. Here's what President Rawlings can. In the year ahead, access to healthcare will be improved by the introduction of 16 regions, blah, 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 blah. To address the cost of healthcare, the shortcomings in the implementation of the cash and carry system will be addressed systematically. And free services will be extended to include the aged and the pregnant women. And we also propose to subsidize these, blah, 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 in 5 years. And making the, how do you call it, will be addressed with the introduction of the, how do you call it, the health insurance scheme as proposed far back in 1997 State of the Nation address and free maternity health care and healthcare coverage for the aged by President Rawlings. Now, I'm saying that years health insurance they buy before any
mutual health.
We even started it. We started the mutual health insurance.
History,
far back then. It was done by some agencies in support with the government. We will know all the challenges and address it once and for all. That is
the fact, sir. The minority boycott. Boycott parliament.
Because that's a June 30th, 2000 Daily Graphic publication. In fact, Daily Graphic published a detailed policy document that NDC proposed here on the free, how do you call it, national health insurance.
Okay.
They did amendment on it. In fact, we said national health insurance, almost say mutual health insurance. That's where the disagreement came from. Okay. It is NDC that made it national in character, implemented it and backed it by law, and give it a funding support. And all right, I can go to any hospital in Accra with my national insurance card. What are you talking about? Stop the lies.
I was waiting for the exposition by him. So expose me big time.
Yeah,
big time.
It's a lie.
Or expose me halfway before. No. You see, very unfortunate. You see, and the fact is, NDC boycotted Parliament. Say, discussing the introduction of free, national health insurance in the country. They did boycott the Parliament. I recorded that. Until me who the entire will be exposed, will be exposition. So, but Nana, I was shocked. Say all kinds of the discussion on free SHS and yet national policy enough for us to waste time on it. And until you better time I think they fight and Ghana development or development of the country. No. Kasafa free SHS and more fra 1.2 million are buying HS ombenya free secondary school education. After for say almost and important enough to them. But what is important for them? And they say they will go to northern region, bring out cash, sikao. Now they will count the number of heads on the sika. And that is their policy, and that is what is important to them. I wonder if the person who is leading Afrafranto today was not the longest trade minister in the country. That time, as I said, that between Techima and Tamaleno,
na ya pagya koto Mali. Nti ono obeye Blackberry ana. Tata mahu said ho. Ana na woye the longest trade minister. No ankoye sa I don't know person woye so. Oh no, why you laughing? You know when me Ghana nipa miensa me sure omo. I'm feel say omo ye the most dangerous and treacherous. No one should emulate them. No one should try to learn from them. Omo ye trustworthy. Are 3 people, and the 3 people are 1. Papa be a friend to say Martin Amido. That man, the second person is Dr. Indum, and the 3rd person is Alan Chamantin.
Dr. Indum, you're trustworthy people.
I'm telling you, that man,
person.
He is not trustworthy one bit.
Dr.
Indum, yeah. You see, when he worked with President Kufuor for 8 good years, he even became the energy minister. You know what? When he was elected to lead CPP, you know what he said? He says, government now or no 8 years, it was the most corrupt government ever. That person, now obia our principles, o person will lead a political party. Now who feel say party government the most corrupt 8 years, just by virtue of you being a flag bearer for another political party. This is the comment you're making, and that doesn't make you a trustworthy. You don't have principle. You are such a dangerous, and such as Alan, yeah, Alan, as we talk today, was given all the opportunity offered in the party and PP. He has contested 3 times on the NPP election. You see, me, I knew, say, this election, I told about 2 years ago, and I said 2023. I knew Ghanaians or NPP members were going to punish Alan. I'm here saying the advisors woman to one channel. They were going to punish him very much because what he did to cause NPP to lose 2008 election. No. The same thing don't feel say I want to move AGYEMAN I don't think I party says he said on your fronto. And that is the mindset. AGYEMAN and about Alan and Grove. And that is all they're doing. Anything they think they can do to cause NPP is what they're doing.
Now, you're going to tell us so.
When the attack power, we don't know that. A lot of it changing there.
I will not have the energy to respond because Ghana for a team you can say. Sebu esin se ubiti brofo, and as soon as ubiti brofo ase. Intie bi ase brofo no mekan wan tiasia in as much as say what brofo no. Na tina wan tiasia. Because everybody in Ghana, enim say Ira Alan John Kojo Tramanten has been very principled, has been very straightforward, has been very committed to the development of Ghana. Na man kasada ewo hase free SHS ehun here there be. But when a topic yedi atoho, na instead of discussing the merits of the topic no, na akoye ayampia, na sebi enye yenkwa na adwene wo itirimu nyansafo 8 yen emebunu tie na mmom yedi betena ha na yedi ye ayampia to na ye tutu bi mane ye ho a ene de ne yenka ahwe eno ho asem na meka nti yeso no sei bia obi te brofo na yeso no sei ote brofo ase meka no opoto kasem nti bia wan ti ase ene be manaka ne o ka no. In any case, as I state, me sure say bia engineer, me sure say onimira Alan John Kojo Chamanten, and I'm sure say Alan ti hanum kura na obetimi bia na no ene na kasa sei e akwanya no wanya ene oni ka ne ope. But the American say ono ne flag bearer dien no so ba obeye aboa amanfo yen nyina ya gia to say free SHS. Any well-meaning Ghanaian has stated categorically said there is a need for a review. The policy document will Hokrana, people are saying that there is a need for us to review it. Now I'm saying me share na penyini bia minimno na or ni organization ya by organization ma a scholarship to akwara ono ne papa ene ma me enye sika edinako an international school Uchia Ghana ha omuchia in dollars. Na se wenya pepa de oba ku school ke CSA na uchia in dollars. Ya the taxpayers money at the mouse scholarship. Let us be honest. These are the reviews we are talking about. Say when you free SHS, name sika or modi be na enko. Ni entana ni reviewer. Now be done at why yampia say you're ungrateful human beings. Now you're ungrateful human beings.
Okay.
Sebi oh flag bearer. What now? Essay watch $1. Nensu ye ni baby $1 nam. Oh flag bearer oni asofo akwa kushia. Na wo hwe honorable men of God enim. Etwa trochre wom. Ade achi na ebusa wa no aka say you were joking. Na umpo wenya akukuduro. Sebio won fere abetna ha wo mate yen o. Abetna ha be kasa flag bearer no ho asem.
Okay, thank you. Higher needs 100.9. Yes sir.
Say ye bana say ye be ye politics na Mr. Eya yen kakasa ehonte. Wo hwe engineer bodwo se ni tiri nyi se ne ye white a bibia nkyere wo se wonyini nsen me. Na emu betna ha na wo mpeni mfie so a wedui. Wo kasa se ya na me abofra no wo hwan makonya o kesetia. Yes, it's a personal attack. Of course, you attacked my candidate personally. And you think that I will clap for you? You have attacked my candidate personally.
Okay, I need Mr. Manin one. Some
Debbie, oh, the only the Abiana were done and affected. But, oh, a junior fee will be only too soon now. What you say? I wasn't reflecting on the cassette.
Nana wipa. Nana mami cause gagra. Yenko. 0302243540. 0302243540. Mami ba few calls ne yenko. Beba to your time aso tia ye tell mami. Ma.
Magdalene.
Yeah, Charlie bro. Yenko.
Yeah, well near sorry ben you call through this year. We mami fancy ama Dr. Senior Japan. When they say one 20 asafono enkomodi ni say onu bottle water o kwa sorry no big na hot o imebozum line abaso na me ra ho say ti o man mu o be kai quick o man pani ku for time NDC for chehuram e ko structure account number bi ka Japan secure na bank we say yenya oyo ama be no do mu say e ya domu so mi sre Ghana for be America enye shop bia na ukwa ebe ja o sector oil mienza na Ghana ha edin ukutesika kwa na ko shop dia o pe bia benya to na ND ehuomu no to be honest with you enya bi o betima boa o my Ghana hwe free education hwe niam o ye bia ND for esedun ketia mo mpese Ghana mrantie benye suku hu nyansa de bi o benya nanka yetimu no mu sisi no mu form mankogu abrotire mistre passe we Ghana nia who went this year Ghana look at the
okay medan say mama fa next one na yambre no ko be ma choma ha yetio
Jerry I read the message more than and mama kukuji kemempi for the mukodinya but Jerry me the researchers no mo dia ko parliament say some young cats so me for so papa then the be ya e beboa for until me be nyina abandi mamet na so no akase already o ntimi nhu adwuma ntimi dem support 100% ya the papa say bit me aboa ama o man me atumpon me tia me Japan onya me adwuma
medan say me ba choma me fa you know so our high memo how yes I tell
for you, and I will Japan, Magari, make a na NDC for no case at a forcing the cocoa piano, or more and go parliament will be the miracle. Nana, or move a boy man and say a woman say or man. Nibana or they say, Uncle ambulance and bra, there, Mammy, how a cruising, or no crowd your doctor and read ambulance papa or cocoa. Now, as a doctor, Koto, ambulance, brain, or similar car. That car way and another liver brothers for only similar a cool grass. What Koto saw the ambulance, not do Cocotra, and this is
a liver brothers, Ben and over the Tamana Boom grass, a mother.
When I know this was similar, only shot him now, congrats.
Yo, man,
we have to say, who on my room there and speak so now almost to them. Now, Mammy, after an about to move this come as a competence in Libra. That bus win an hour. What of a bus with the ambulance?
Okay, but I say, Mamma, for next one, you trust. About your my hand. Yes, I do.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, Uncle.
If I say from a Jamaican, Shia honorable Frank Canadon, honorable MP Bakupa, woman of the better woman of whom I was my girl, yes, yeah, we go for 1 year, and I want to go back. Anything in our country, one day, some move on, and honorable Canada, but the party I want it, and I'll answer. And then part on to one and one. Only 90% should down. If I can't have boom, my abject to me. Now, honorable, they are from a war and I will pass them on which you from them or from this. Okay, I don't know. I only Okasa. You are one say, you send me a
Okay. But I say, the last one.
Hello?
Yes, I do.
Marjorie, I'm here from Green Council.
And council.
Where while we are there, Nana, I'm walking again, make us a meeting a CKC with you. I will find Chakas here, Emma, income and before Domico Bena, Junior Mike Okwe, lawyer Papa, lawyer go, lawyer come. I'm not there, NDC for MP Parliament, say. Oma or mine Ghana, and who is here on Mokane. Because the whole parliament said, "Oh, shame that you're going to manage to impose." Not to be a determined or man abocat nego one ye, yet media and Brano. Now, Tinipania or party Benty or Cocoa, or my parliament and made no more money in Cranima. Not only on mine Ghana and Dini, the best friend, Jeffrey among your summer and tone chain, not on mine Ghana and we hear, not that you can so fast for. Me party carry anymore, Magdalene, or Mangan, a bubble, because the ocean ambulance, I prefer to walk Cabagana. I can go casa, or the ambulance, even at Tompo, continue from Tom, Pure Tompo, and a year. No, poor Manganaka, Magdalene. Wait, and yet, dear politics. Your manners in your can, no matter second of what the MPP are by nature, because police are about with egg and Magdalene, money, no education, the you.
Okay, Madam, say I'm welcome. Hana mede anyo dwuma de mede se me man dwuma de so ne we need 100.9 engineer da say we is of African ho okay nana you chaba branto phone na
ye be ye yo
amana ba so be chia mbade
ye GTP no
mbade
o say sisi o ma start o mu wia e mu nsem
o za mom
ai so o hwe a nanka ena no bi etwem obi nkogina regime bi nka se we obeya ama wo mo obeyi we ama wo na or sink or be a flat rate, or be a fixed rate. And send be bring to ye be lunch. Okay. And so personally, no, you be invited one cassa. Any offer, no more bet no more team, no more who near your person, your ma. Na uncle say bet na na ko yim po atwa. I do message
omone ba me contest in so. Nyina ba back. But except Alan, on one say,
that's the ground of and
it is one of the treacherous nature of him.
Okay.
You know his body language and demeanor. Nasa Ushe, Nasa a ne pepemu na nasa odigina hona say ye ni jesu no odigina hona. I told you why.
Nana be that say,
yeah, Papa J. Me come here say, the main pack no say Ushe. Baby, MPP form the politics about me de corner. Be a politician or the idea be bar. Register and get a copyright of it. Because periodism ya do so do. Ushon the boss.
Okay. I was saying me did the luxurious as my time so betaba so. Media said Emma Abraham Freeman Nana Asafo Kodo me 2 seconds. Every time so.
We catch yourself him say identification card president Kufuna de buy.
I don't know the chassis. I said way back in 1970s.
But into Basso himself will be shown at the buy.
Better say, young girl.